Oh boy. Oh my God. Tanya, how are you doing? Oh my God. That is not the name I expected to see first. Hi. Oh, how are you? And also, am I way too loud? Oh my God, my dryer is too loud. I can hear that. Wow. Happy New Year. I know that where you are, you're still in Japan, right? It will be, you're in the middle of New Year Day there, right? Wow. I'm gonna have to go turn my dryer off real quick. Oh my God, you remember it's my birthday. Thank you so much. When is your birthday, by the way? Please tell me when your birthday is. It is, oh my God, it's good to see you too. Oh, oh my God. Give me 1 second. My dryer is on, and since I'm in the basement, my bedroom's here, the laundry room. I didn't think it'd be this loud, but I can hear it on my in-ear mic. I feel very like BTS right now. Give me 1 second. Ah, stuck. Much better. Much better. Oh my God, I'm gonna pass out. Wow. All right. So how are you guys doing tonight? Or morning? Because I know, like I said, Tanya, you are in you're in Japan, right? Still, it is just after midnight here in the States, so I have not. I was not in time. Yeah, you're still in Tokyo. A spring baby. Aw, that is awesome. You know, I didn't schedule a live stream like I normally do, and if I'm too loud or too quiet, you guys just gotta let me know, because I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to operate my own equipment. I haven't recorded anything since April. So I'm really, really rusty and have a completely different setup in this room, so I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I haven't I haven't I haven't sat down to be with people since April, and I didn't schedule an official live stream. I didn't know if anybody would even show up here. So thank you just for dropping in and saying hi. That means a lot to me, and I'm happy to see friendly faces and names. I thought I would come and sit even if I just was sitting alone, that it would be worth it. And then I spent a very long time trying to figure out how to get, you know, technology operating that is new to me and not doing a great job. I've got a fuzzy camera, my good camera. I can't figure out how to get hooked up this year, and I just decided, you know what, it's better to be late than never. So I didn't get to be here for East Coast ball drop. Can you hear the fireworks? I've got neighbors shooting off big fireworks, very big ones. And you know, as I couldn't get my technology to set up, I thought, well, maybe just call it quits and go to bed. And then I thought, no, I've learned too much in 2023 to just let the night go like that. I needed to come, say hi, and do what I've been afraid to do for the last 6 months, which is come sit here in front of a camera again and talk to you talk to each of you, talk about things. It's been a year. And I'm fighting bronchitis that I've had for over 2 months. So I swear, I feel like the most sickly person ever. Also, I was going to change shirts. That is how behind I am trying to get my technology set up, is I didn't even put on a decent shirt. But again, it's more important that I'm here than that I'm pretty. And it's more important that I'm here than for everything to be ideal. Yeah. So, how are each of you? How are you? How is New Year's for you so far? What is your celebration like? And you, Tanya, you have a son, correct? And he's how old now? I want to say like 9, but I think I'm completely making that up. I'm gonna take my in-ear mic out, and you'll have to let me know again if my music is wrong, or if my voice is too loud, or oh crap, all the things I forgot to do before midnight. So how are you? Please tell me. Move my chat over here so I can actually look over here. Can I turn some music on? Is this something that you are okay with? Considering we all are in love with the same men and the same 7 voices, I'm guessing it's going to be okay. And if so, what songs should I play? Put my in-ear mic in again. I'm so rusty talking that even my mouth doesn't want to work right now. Can you hear the music? I don't know. I think you can hear it. This is so low key. I feel like my other New Year's live streams have been a little feistier. And I'm up for being feistier. I'm up for being a lot more excitable than I am at this moment. I'm nervous. And like I said, rusty at this. And I feel like, I don't know. For anyone who's been here for a while and checked into my channel in the summer, you'll know that I was really struggling a lot this year, and I almost didn't make it. And it sounds so dramatic. It sounds so, I feel ridiculous talking about it, because I feel like I've been there and done that. I feel like I've given this song a dance so many times now. You guys have heard how BTS saved my life, so how dare I get back to a point again where I almost didn't survive. Life's weird. I don't know. I'm an open book, so if anybody has any questions, I have no shame about anything. I'm just nervous. I'm nervous being here and talking again and talking freely, and it's weird because for a year and a half. I made so many videos, and then I just abruptly couldn't function anymore. And I don't know, and that sucked. I feel like I'm about to cry. Which, if anyone who knows me and has been here for any length of time knows I'm a crier anyhow. Chapter 2 has been incredibly meaningful to, I think probably, I can't imagine that it hasn't been for so many ARMY. I'm curious what songs, what albums have spoke to various ARMY most during 2023, during Chapter 2. We now have all 7 of our men in the military. They are all enlisted. And I know that we all are just trying to live a life and trying to make something of it, and that's hard. There's times that I feel like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. First of all, I just want to say real quick, my chat box wasn't showing me. It showed me the first 6 messages, and then I just now realized that I'm bad with technology either. You're doing great. I was actually thinking about you the other day. Your edits were great. Oh, thank you. 2 sons, 10 and 7. Okay. Sorry, I swear I'm catching up here. Chill is good. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm grateful to be back too. 17. That's such a great name. My God. Life is a series of ups and Carol. Hey. Oh my God. You're here every New Year's and it makes me so happy. Chapter 2 is an emotional roller coaster. Snooze. Everything's gonna be alright. Man. 16 times, I believe he says that. 16 times in a row. I know. Being more like Jim with the small things is huge. He's so gifted and special with that. And it's an honor. It's an honor to know each of the men. I mean, I know that we don't know them, but we know them. If the music's too loud, please let me know. Seriously, I can't quite tell. Indigo and D-Day are my 2 albums also. So Indigo continues to be the most beautiful and poignant way of expressing how I feel about just being a human, just living. And D-Day, the D-Day album, truly embodies... Did my heat just turn on? Yeah. Turn my heat off. D-Day is just pure, intense soul. It's so overwhelmingly alive and complex and simple and full of hope and full of pain and overcoming and creation. I don't know, like D-Day is the album to me, and Layover is the comfiest sweater ever. Oh my god. I've heard so many people say that about Layover. I don't feel that way about Layover, and I'm not knocking Tay at all. I adore Tay with every ounce of me. I particularly love Blue and For Us. To be honest here, I have not watched most of the videos that came out this year from any of the men, and I've got a lot of catching up to do. When everything fell apart, I mean, everything had been falling apart for so long for me, but this spring, you know, this time last year, we had just sent Jen off to enlistment, and we just took in Indigo. So it was like, oh my god, it was just so beautiful. And then toward the end of January, we got Vibe, which was a super exciting collaboration. And I was struggling with being able to take that in at the time because of my own life. And then Face dropped, and then right after Face, D-Day dropped. And I actually did record. I did watch Set Me Free Part 2, and I watched, of course, Like Crazy. And I recorded my reactions to them, which was very emotional, super emotional reactions to them. And there was zero sound. I screwed up my camera, and there was zero sound. And then People Part 2 dropped, and Hagem, and I recorded them also. And I swear to you, the best reaction I've ever had to anything in my life was to Hagem. I might upload it without the sound, because I still didn't realize my camera microphone was blown. So I recorded both of those reactions with zero audio. Hagem blew my mind so much, and it actually helped kind of snap me out of myself a little bit. And then I watched the video for Amygdala, and by then I'd fixed my audio. But I knew I was about to, I knew I, at that point, was planning on ending my life. Yeah, I was there yet again. And when I watched a video for Amygdala and saw the song, my reaction to it was just a sobbing mess. And I don't even know if I had a lot to say, because I was so emotional just seeing it. And I felt embarrassed uploading it. So I didn't upload it. And I actually went to Chicago and saw the D-Day tour, thanks to one of my very dear Army friends, Peaches. I don't know if I'm allowed to use Peaches' real name yet, so I continue to use Peaches' code name that I made up for her. Amygdala is so intense. I mean, it's still beautiful, and now I have like a layered meaning to it that's new. But yeah, my friend Peaches had said she was going to go to Chicago to see Yoongi. She wasn't going to miss the chance. She asked if I wanted to go. I said yes. I knew I had to go. I couldn't ruin her experience. So like, I really mustered everything I had to go to that concert. And when I was there, and I was with her, and I was with Army, and I was with Yoongi, I felt so fueled then I was like, okay, I'm gonna be okay. Sweet peaches, exactly. So I was like, I can do this. I can come back. I can come back, and I'm gonna like use the power of Yoongi, and I'm going to live my life. And that lasted for like a week. And then I realized I was not going to live my life, and I checked myself into a mental health hospital and stayed there for 2 months. I checked in at the end of June. That was as soon as they could get me in. I saw Yoongi at the beginning of May. I was like, sorry, bronchitis. I I'm so sorry. I was in talks with the hospital by the end of May, and the hospital took me in, checked me in June 28th, and I was there until the end of August. And while I was there, I streamed. 7 came out while I was in the hospital, and the hospital I was at allowed us to have oh my god, the opening, the entire tour was so masterfully thought out that it really does just give chills. And the album's the same way. I mean, Yoongi put all the parts of his soul into this, and it was so incredible. But yeah, 7 came out while I was at the hospital, and the hospital I was at allowed us to have technology. So I had my phone, I had my phones with me, my normal phone, and hi, my little guys, and then my phone that I used just for streaming. And so I had it plugged in, and I was streaming constantly with earbuds put in so I couldn't hear it. Lilith came out shortly before I went to the hospital. Love Lilith. Oh my god. So I streamed 7, and I wasn't gonna listen to it at all. But then I pulled up Twitter and saw people being like, "Oh my god, I thought we were gonna get a poignant song about JK's love of the 7 members of BTS, and instead we got a sex song." And instantly I was like, "What?" So I pulled it up and listened to it. I listened to it immediately, and wow, that was surprising and adorable. And yeah, nothing else was released while I was in the hospital. The tour was streamed while I was in the hospital. The D-Day Soul and D-Day The Final, I think both were streamed while I was in the hospital. And again, because I had technology, I was able to have my phone on me, play stuff. I was able to watch the tours via my tiny phone, but still it was precious and perfect and everything. And I was sobbing, and I really have been fueled by D-Day, the album D-Day, this entire year. It was, every release from this year has been amazing. I missed you so much too, Tracy. I missed all of you. It's been a really weird year. Anytime you can say that you lived in a mental health hospital for 2 months, you can say it was a weird year. But I'm an open book about it. So again, I've always tried to be an open book about all of it. And honestly, that's why I stopped recording back in spring, because when I filmed Amygdala and I knew I was planning on not living, I I couldn't share that. I couldn't talk to anybody about that. And I didn't know how to be an open book. And I also didn't know how to keep, I can't keep a poker face. So I notoriously go into isolation mode. And honestly, the last couple months, even since I've been out of the mental health hospital, after the hospital, I had to, sorry, nobody asked about all my bullshit. But after you are released from a hospital, then they try to convince you to do a couple months of classes. It's like a full-time job of therapy, but you at least go back to your house instead of living in the hospital, which I loved living in the hospital, by the way. 10 out of 10. Gets all my Yelp review stars. The hospital I stayed at, if you are hopeless and on the edge of disaster, I 100% would recommend this hospital. I would do it all over again if I needed to, and some people do go a second time. So, yeah, no shame. No shame at all. But after you live there, they don't want to just throw you back into regular life, you know? So they have you go to classes that are like full-time job therapy from 9 to 5, and then you come home at night. And anyhow, that was a really long-winded way of saying, like, I actually spent 4 months total in this situation. But I got out, and I didn't know how to acclimate back to being here. Carla! Okay, Carla, I want to say I'm very happy to see you. I swear I do not think you attended last year. I don't mean that in like a weird way. I don't think you were at the live stream last New Year's Eve. And I just wondered how you were. I swear I don't think you were there last New Year's Eve. And if I'm wrong, my memory is a little blown from the way this past year went. But it is good to see you too. And thank you, Carol. You know, people struggle. And my God, go live in a mental health hospital for a month or two, and you will realize beautiful people who look perfectly healthy and normal who, until they check themselves in also, were convincing people in their lives that they were fine when they weren't. And, you know, when you get out, you really do have to figure out how to acclimate back to being yourself and how to let go of things that you have to let go of. And it's hard, but I mean, it's hard to Layla. Oh my God. I'm so happy to see you too. You're still in France, right? Oh my gosh. I completely thought I would be here, legit alone, talking about my bullshit. Yeah, people struggle, and life, humaning, is incredibly hard sometimes, and sometimes it's more than a person feels like they can handle. And that's tragic that that some people don't. I'm sorry. It's tragic that some people don't make it. Sorry. I'm sorry. The really special thing about being in a mental health facility, and I don't mean, like, I know that there's like state-run hospitals and such, and they can be a very mixed experience, very mixed bag experience. They can be, I've never stayed at Holly Hill or, you know, I can't remember what the other ones are called here in North Carolina, but every state has state-run facilities, and they can be very scary. They can also be very helpful, so I'm not trying to shame or scare anyone off from something like that. I got very lucky that I knew I wasn't willing to stay in a state-run hospital because there are too many scary aspects that I wasn't willing to deal with. And, oh, man. The day that I found Hopeway. Hopeway is the name of the hospital I stayed at. The day that I found it online, I wasn't looking up a hospital. I was looking up funeral homes for myself. and then had this thought, let me look one more time and just see if there's a hospital that I'm willing to stay at. And somehow found Hopeway, and just from the front page, I felt compelled to reach out to them. Because I don't know if anybody remembers, and not that I expect you to remember things that I've said about BTS albums at all, but when Jack in the Box dropped, I was already on a very slippery slope downward, and I commented with Jack in the Box that I felt like hope is an evil, and perhaps the most sinister evil of all, because it's the lie that keeps us hanging on. And when I found Hopeway, the hospital that I ended up staying at, something in me said right then, like, I felt this thing inside me that if hope isn't an evil, this hospital is going to be where I find that out. This hospital will be where I discover that hope can be a good thing. I love this song. Can you guys hear the music? I think I've asked that a bunch of times, but anyway, I don't want to deafen you guys with my voice or anything, but I still have not. I went and got very excited and bought very expensive podcasting equipment that I don't know how to operate, and that I need to spend some time operating, but my energy was very bad at the beginning of this year. And like I said, ever since I got back, I've been scared. I've been scared of returning to the channel and returning to my life, honestly. So, okay, good. Thank you guys for letting me know music and voice levels are fine. I spent 2 hours before I finally hit go on the live stream. 2 hours trying to get a different camera set up, and then I gave up. I was like, screw it, I'm gonna use my old crappy little webcam thingy bob and make a go of it. And like I said, even if I started recording at 12:03 a.m., better late than never. Ooh, I'm tense. I was going to, I debated for days. I'm like, do I wear pajamas? Do I wear a nice shirt? Do I wear makeup? Do I wear no makeup? Do I wear red lipstick because it makes me feel good? Do I, what do I do? And in the end, none of it mattered. I spent all my time trying to get the camera to work. I forgot to even change shirts. I'm wearing a shirt that I painted. But it's better that I'm here than I'm trying to be perfect. Oh yeah. Did you try to start it during my original scheduled thing? One day I'll figure this stuff out. In fact, my goal, my goal for this year, I've got a lot of them. Oh, I love this song so friggin' much. Arson is like... Technology is great when it works. I say that to people all the time. All the time you go to stores and people are trying, the checkout person's trying to check you out. And, Victoria, I'm happy to see you too. and they're trying to swipe your card to check you out, and the register's being slow or won't print the receipt or something, and they're like, oh my god, I'm sorry, it's not working right today. And I'm always like, yeah, technology's great until it's not. So, I'm so sorry, Carol. I saw that 2 people tried to open the live stream. That's while I was trying to set up a thing. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know my setup is cute. This is my bedroom. So I'm still down in the basement, and it's going to be like that for a long time. I will have to get my real camera, which is right here next to my dingy camera, and record a bit about my room, because after I moved in this room, I made it a little bit PTSD and a little bit happy, but I was just miserable. I was miserable that I was in the basement. The marriage had like fallen apart to this level, and then I realized this room had kind of become like a hospital room to me, and I was getting in worse and worse emotional and mental health. And actually, it was, thank you. I know, right? For basement, I turned it pretty good. It's about a 10 foot by 10 foot room. And when I was in talks with admissions for the hospital for Hopeway, I realized there was a chance I might not get in. And I was terrified of not getting into Hopeway. But I thought I have to have a backup plan to try to live. If I think Hopeway is worth maybe staying alive for, then maybe something else is too. So I went all out to make this room special to be the best I could. Thank you so much for letting me know that it's cute. Oh my gosh, Delayla, I thought you were older and I have no idea why. I do know why. You left a comment. You left a comment on one of my videos a year or so ago. Not 2 years ago, but it was like a year or so ago. And it was just so wise and so encouraging and uplifting, and that it felt motherly. It was like the hug and love that you want from your mom, but some people don't ever get from their mom. And so yeah, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, baby JK's age. He's precious and sorry, you guys talking about technology is great. Yeah, I like to bite off more than I can handle in life. That's a common theme in my life. I don't ease into things. I don't tiptoe into the water. I jump in. So when I decided I'm going to do a podcast, because I am going to do a podcast, I was like, okay, let me go all out and get professional equipment. Like I have a clue what I'm doing, even though I don't. I used to set up web pages, and I've never taken a web design class in my life, not online or in real class. So I'm over here Googling how to. Oh my god, the hours I spent. But the next time I have a web page, and I will have a web page later this year, dude, Squarespace. I'm throwing money at it, and busy spell. Throwing money at it, and thank you for letting me know that. Yes, I'm glad that you made it. And yeah, hardships, man. Like, okay, so at the mental health hospital at Hopeway is the name of it. It's for adults only, though they're apparently working on and creating a division just for teens also. So they have a division that's just for like military veterans, and then they have one for adults, and it's 18 and over, and it is voluntary only. Like they will not, you cannot, you can't sign somebody else in to go there. Like at a state-run hospital, you can be committed. This is different. You have to voluntarily walk through the doors and decide you're going to do this. Because there's a lot of work. Like you're there, you're taking classes. You are like around the clock. You're doing classes and working on your health in a group, total group of, there's about 30 of us there. And the age range was 18 through mid-70s. And that was incredible. And it was like really evenly dispersed. You know, you had people who were there 18 through mid-20s. You've got those of us who are a little more midlife. I'm like definitely midlife. Oops, sorry, I hit my microphone. And then you had a whole camp of elders, you know. I don't want to call them elderly because they were badass. And the fact that, I mean, like, dude, the fact that this incredible 74-year-old man was there at the same time I was. Incredible man who was there to fight for his life. And he was there fighting for his life. And finding healing was incredible, especially in light of the fact that I lost my dad to suicide. So, and my dad was 68 when he decided not to fight for his life. So, seeing, there's a few older men there who made me feel better. Weirdly, I felt better about losing my dad, seeing these older men valuing life even though they couldn't find value in their own. And that was pretty freaking rad. And then seeing midlife men there, my age, who were there fighting for healing. Because I felt like I've struggled so much to get my husband to, you know, get help of his own during all this. Anyway, it was inspiring seeing people. And I did learn some good coping skills. I've got 4 books, 2 books. I compiled them up there, notebooks full of information, and I have this, oh, my ears are so clogged from the bronchitis. My little gold book. It's not a little black book, it's a little gold book, and it is my survival guide. It is a relapse prevention plan that has tips and tricks and like things like crisis prevention number. Sorry, I just showed you my husband's phone number. But I've got family members and friends in here and their information so I can contact them. But then on top of that, like, I have notes about myself. You know, I made a page of things I like to do. Because when you're depressed, you forget to do the things you like to do. And just being able to see that. And, God, Hagen. That was like an anthem this year. Things for me to do to avoid a relapse. I have a whole list of triggers. What happens to me when that trigger occurs, and possible solutions to try to prevent it from avalanching on me. To be honest, I have not been. I've got a whole thing of polyvagal theory. If you don't know about polyvagal theory, it is incredible. It is fascinating, and it relates to attachment theory, if you know anything about that. Anyhow, none of you are on here for therapy, so I'm sorry. Just add water. Drink water. It always makes you feel better. Swim. Take a shower. Something. Anyhow. God, Higum is so good. Yeah. You know, Jalila, when you say like vulnerability is strength, steel is brittle, instead be bamboo in the breeze or a willow. You know, after my dad passed, God, I'm sorry. This is supposed to be happy. This is the New Year's live stream. I swear we'll get happy here in a minute. We'll talk about JK songs or something. But after my dad passed, I spent a lot of time in my backyard at night because I was walking his dog, and we had these tall pine trees. I don't know if you are familiar with the super tall pine trees of the East Coast, but my God, they're so tall. And I was out there one night, and the wind was blowing, and I realized these huge trees were just swaying slowly back and forth. And I stood there with my feet planted, and I started swaying with them, like exactly the way they were swaying. And it was like the first peace I had felt since my dad had passed. And I remember thinking how incredible it was that those trees were so firmly rooted in the ground to be that tall and sway like that. Which actually, if you know a lot about North Carolina pines, East Coast pines, they're actually not firmly rooted. They rip out and uproot pretty easy. But you know, they get some good some good swaying without snapping. So thank you all. You know, I want to be here for you too, and that's part of why I really felt like a failure at the beginning of this year. I even said the same thing last year's live stream. I know I said it, which is I felt like I was letting people down. Yeah, I love trees too. I'm a sucker for trees. I love trees. Oh my God, I love trees. I know that sounds weird. I love trees. But yeah, last brain glitch. Can you guys hear my husband walking around upstairs? It's like squeaky floor. Anyhow, last New Year's Eve, I commented that I felt like I was letting everybody down. And it's because somehow, once I created this channel, I had, when I created this channel, I didn't know anyone. But I was hoping to find someone. And especially Carla, who I don't think Carla's here now. I think Carla disappeared. But Carla was part of a group of BTS fans, adult BTS fans, who had met together in, I believe, LA. And I'd read an article about them. So I created this channel thinking, well, that means there are adult BTS fans out there. Because I didn't know anything about the fandom. So I was like, oh my God, are they all kids? Like, I don't know. But people in my life are treating me like I'm crazy for liking them. So I have to find people who understand why I feel the way I do. And then I found people, and then I started to find my voice a little bit, and I started to figure out what I want. And as I was pursuing all of that, like sharing it here, you are here still, Carla. I was convinced that, like, I'm going to let go of the things that have made me sad. I'm going to find myself, and I'm going to build the life that I dream of, and it's all going to work out, and that way I can be here for all of anyone who's struggling, who knows what it feels like to struggle. And instead I completely fell apart. And I knew this time last year that I was falling apart again, that I had been. Depression is so intense. And Victoria, I'm not saying this in a trite way. I'm praying for your granddaughter, for you, for the entire family, because it is such an intense experience. And I know that depression's not incredibly rare, but it is such an intense experience, and it is intense for everyone around, because you love and care about someone and you're watching them hurt and have no idea how to help them. That is, I've said before that I'm really thankful that between Marcus and me, that it's me who has been struggling with depression the last few years. There have been times I've been angry at him that I'm struggling through depression about this and that he seems fine because we are going through problems together. But at the same time, if he were going through all of this to the extent that I were, I don't know if I would know how to help him. But then I guess I realize no one knows. And the thing about being at a place like Hopeway and Pasadena, which was where after I left Hopeway and I had to do the full-time job classes of therapy, the incredible part is you're meeting all these people who are just being really raw about what they're feeling. I don't mean rude, I don't mean ridiculous, I don't mean dramatic. They're just being really vulnerable and open about it. And it's something that's so lacking in most interactions out in society. And when you go out through most of the day in society, you can feel really alone. Especially if you're in depression or you love someone who's deep in depression. But then once you start talking about it, I mean, BTS talks about this. They were making songs about what they were going through and what Korean youth were going through. And then started hearing from people around the world who it resonated with. And they realized it's not just a Korean problem, it's not just Korean youth. So many of the things they talk about that feel so, the lonely whale. Turns out we're all a bunch of lonely whales. And sorry, I know I'm going to cough a lot. I don't mean to, but I'm 2 months into bronchitis and better now than I've been, but ooh. I will say I have bought a stupid amount of merch. I'm not a fan that flaunts it. I mean, I wear it, I live it, but I'm not like the fan who makes TikToks or YouTube videos of and look what I have now kind of stuff. And I'm not trying to knock those people. That sounded like I was being bitchy about them, and I'm not. I'm actually a little embarrassed by how much I get and have gotten. It started simple. It started like all addictions. It started simple. I fell in love with them and I felt very alone in my life, in my marriage, in my home. I wanted some reminders of them. At first it was just want a couple of things to have. Then it turned into, I just want something to wear. I feel like I have to have them on me. And then in 2022, when my marriage just exploded, I was like, screw it. If Marcus and I end up divorced, I'm not going for alimony. I'm not taking half of anything. I'm not. But by God, I'll get it now. So, I mean, I know that sounds horrible and ridiculous, but when your marriage is what it is, and I was struggling, which I'm in a better place now than I was, but it was a very bad place. I was like, I'm unhappy. I feel unhappy. And like I said, I'm not going to go for half the house. I'm not going to do anything. What I am going to do is, by God, I'm going to fucking, pardon my language, I'm going to buy the artist merch. I'm going to buy, to buy the art. I'm next to my closet because, again, I'm in a 10 by 10 foot room and there's no closet in here. Yeah, I got I got stuff that makes me feel good, and I love photos and I love photo books. So I did get a lot of them. In fact, I've got the brand new one, the Beyond the Stage, Beyond the Stars, whatever, the photo book they just released. So. Thank you for the thank you for the encouragement. Yeah, you are always very encouraging. I just feel a little. Ooh, one thing I did get. Ooh, I was really proud of this one actually. This was $10, and it was well worth it. So when I was in the hospital, I've never been on medicine. I've never been on medication in my life. I mean, I've been on like Tylenol for pain, but I've never been on any prescription for anything. Well, needless to say, you check yourself in a mental health hospital, they're probably going to put you on, some things to help level out some things. So I'm on lithium and Lexapro for two very different things. Lexapro is for anxiety. I can't remember the real name of it. Escalevapram, whatever it's called, and lithium is called lithium, and that I'm on a super low dose of it. Most people who are on lithium take a much higher dose. I'm like on such a low dose, it's barely considered. I don't even think it's considered therapeutic. Anyway, it's for intrusive thoughts. Works like a charm. It's great. But when I realized I was going to take medicine, I got on Amazon and ordered the Tiny Tan Dynamite pill case. And I adore this thing. It makes me so happy. I've been looking at the Funko Pop. Tracy, the Dynamite Funko Pops have been in my cart for 2 years, and I have never gotten them, especially keep looking at the RM1 and the Tay, because I discovered them with Dynamite. So I was in love with Namjoon before anybody, with that aqua colored hair. My God, that aqua hair, and his being in the record store, little dancing. Oh my God, just in love with him, and those dimples and that hair. So the Funko Pop with that aqua hair makes me happy. And Tay in that green frickin' vintage suit. I was like, who is he? I mean, I watched Dynamite for months straight, and was like, who is that? Something about green suit guy, who, by the way, I totally assumed was the oldest in the group, because in that suit with that hair, he just kind of has a much more mature vibe. I mean, oh my God, can we talk for a minute about Kim Taehyung in Vegas at that dance club, that jazz dance club, where there's a bunch of middle-aged and older people dancing together, and there he is in that white button-down shirt and his sleeves pulled up some, and that smile on his face. Oh my god. Anyway, sorry. He has such a mature. I hate that word. I hate that word. But he has such a timeless vibe so often. But then this is the same man who, for permission to dance Vegas, was a complete wackadoodle. Still vintage, but more like 18-year-old Dean, what's his face? I can't remember anything. My memory is so busted anymore. Lord. But, yeah. I swear, Vegas, he was like taking everyone's bias. Like, he was like, I know each of us have fans that think we're their bias, but I'm going to take all of them. Because between him being all vintage in that club with that white shirt, and then him being on stage with that lollipop and that brown leather jacket, just absolutely acting a fool, needing to be restrained. He's all the things. They're all the things. That's why we love them. He is an old soul. Oh my gosh. I know it's controversial to look at the military pictures, but of course I'm scrolling Twitter and there it is, and he is so beautiful. In his military picture, his oh my gosh, it's so good. It is so good to hear from you. Thank you. First time we talked, I was on my way to what? LA? Was it LA? And we were texting while I was on the plane for the first time and didn't get to meet LA. No, that was Vegas. That was a trip to Vegas, right? Vegas. I've been blessed. And I mean, I figured all that was like the nail in the coffin of my marriage and my half of everything. Like, I'm going to Vegas, I'm going to LA, and I'm going to Chicago. And Tay is so unapologetically himself. I mean, I know we can't see his head right now over here. We can't see his head right now because the way that the camera's set up, but I love in that Daikon shoot. They are all dressed mostly in like black and dark, right? And then here he is in red. I'm like, oh my god, this song. Sorry. Kimberly, it's so good. Thank you. I'm glad to be back. I was scared. I do still plan to go to South Korea. I'm 100% planning that. I thought about going while they're enlisted. And heck, maybe I will. Who knows? I'm definitely going once they're out. Not to stalk them. But just knowing that they're there, living their life somewhere there while I'm there is magic in itself. I really want to go for this time of year. I want to go for, my sister and I were talking about the magic of being there for like Christmas through New Year's, because we would be there then for Tay's birthday and the winter for my birthday. Oh, I was like the V icon, but I got you. Man. You know, I became a fan in late 2020. So in 2021, when they got all those magazine covers, that's when they got the Rolling Stone covers. So it was all specialized and like you could buy the whole box set. And I bought the Daikon because Daikon had just come out in like December or something of 2020. And the Wall Street Journal. Wall Street Journal covered them. So I bought all those. And I was like, I will buy for the rest of my days every magazine they're on the cover of. I was not anticipating chapter 2, where every man got to individually grace different magazines, and every man had like 4 to 6 versions of each cover of each of the magazines, and that they're all either in Korea or Namjoon's case, he has a Japanese cover too, right? So now we're talking between $20 to $30 per magazine. I was like, okay, apparently I'm not going to be having these. So, tangent. It's just me saying, my God, if you have endless money, there's endless ways to surround yourself with BTS stuff. Oh, that's exciting. 2025 to Japan and South Korea. My sister lives in Hawaii, which is really cool and neat. And I didn't know so many people who are Japanese and Korean live in Hawaii. So she's surrounded by the languages all day, which is super cool. So she's learning both. Did you see Tay? No, I didn't. But so I didn't see that episode of Tay with the Lucky Army. My sister has insisted that I see it, of course. She said it is incredibly, incredibly sweet. It was so precious. I'm so far behind. So, Peaches and I talked about this when we were in Chicago. I had already started to like shut down from watching new stuff then. Like I said, when D-Day came out, D-Day overwhelmed me so much. Face overwhelmed me emotionally. It was amazing. But then when D-Day came out, and then the videos, especially for Hagen, oh my God, my reaction to that was hilarious. With Hagen and then Amygdala, I didn't feel like I could handle stuff anymore. I really just felt so overwhelmed. So I didn't see Smoke Sprite from Soyoon with Namjoon. I didn't see the video for that. And then I haven't watched anything since, I don't think. So I have all kinds of promo stuff that I still have to see, as well as like several videos from Jungkook and I think 5 videos from Tae and Jimin's song that just came out. Sorry, I'm reading your your breakdown of Japan by the months. Which ones are good months to be and which ones are not. Happy New Year to you also. I would say that, but I would butcher that. Feliz Ano Nuevo. My children, especially my daughter, is learning Spanish right now. And I feel guilty because I'm not learning Spanish. I'm learning Korean. D-Day should have gotten a Grammy. My God. Every time I hear anything from D-Day, I'm appalled that it did not get more anything than it did. More views, more rankings on Billboard, more something. God have mercy, D-Days. I mean, still, we are 9 months after the release of D-Day, and every day, D-Day is in my playlist, and it takes my breath away. Certain songs especially just, oh my gosh. So what song, what, oh, words. Let's try again. Oh look, 0 o'clock. I was about to change the song, but No, we'll do that. Happy New Year to somebody. Happy New Year plus 13 minutes. I missed it again. Yeah, we're gonna get new albums this year, which is super wild with them being in the military. My kids are 5 and 6. They just turned those ages. Their birthdays are in November and December. The 6-year-old is in kindergarten. They're okay. It's been a hard year for them too. Their mom moving across the state for 2 months to go stay at a mental health hospital is confusing to them. They're also adopted, so them understanding as best they can that there's also another woman named Mommy that they don't even have memories of, but she exists somewhere out there is confusing to them. And then it's even, I think, more confusing for them because they realize that they have another dad out there too, and that we don't even know his name. Anyhow, that was a weird tangent. It's been a weird year for my kids. I mean, just being a human's weird. And then, you know, they got stuff coupled on it. But then again, we struggle. We human, we struggle. Sometimes we thrive. Some people seem to always thrive. Good for them. I don't know how. Hi, Maddie. I'm so incredibly happy to see your name here, too. Happy New Year to you. Bonne année. And once upon a time, knew some French. And German. It's sad that I remember so little of it. After so many years. Hi, Christy. Oh, Christy, I love your profile picture. Sorry, I just decided to start taking in everyone's profile pictures. That picture of JK, iconic. Forever iconic. Like, I want one of those blown up and hung in my room, like this one of Tay. You nice, keep going. Thank you. Thank you. You are great too. And my favorite thing about armies is how we cheer each other on. Weird year. It's a weird year, but I don't regret it at all. You know, when I finished 2022, I regretted everything about that year. I thought, wow, what a terrible waste of a year of my life. This year, it's hard to explain. It's definitely the hardest year of my life that I've ever lived. I didn't think that would happen. And it 100% also feels like it has the most potential for growth of any year I've ever lived. But I have to stop isolating. And oh my god, I'm gonna freaking cry this song. Watching him perform this. Watching him perform about anything. Oh my god, his voice. Watching Yoongi sweaty, playing piano, making his little cat face singing the song with his eyes closed. Makes me want to jump on top of him. Sorry, I'm not trying to diminish his talent. He's so beautiful. And he just seems so... In the moment, there's nothing sexier in this world than someone in the moment. Yes, I did see him in Chicago. I 100% thank Peaches for that. I would not have gone if it weren't for Peaches. Carol, who's your other bias? Oh my god. See, my two biases, if I have two biases, it's Jimin and Yoongi. And the fact that Face and D-Day came out, what, 3 weeks apart? And then I went to Chicago to see him. I wanted to go see him in LA, but the timing was really bad. You know, when Peaches brought up going to the concert, I was totally, heck yeah, about it. But we both have children, so between Mother's Day, her child's birthday, school stuff, you know, it's like... D-Day concert was a reset for the mental health community. Yes, the whole album is. And then... And then the tour made it even... I mean, hi, listen, here it is now. Hobie, oh, Hobie's so beautiful. Hold on. Okay. My lips feel like they're gonna fall off. I have yet to see them in concert in France. They only came in Paris. Oh my god, 300,000 people. It is Hunger Games. Getting concert tickets. Gotta see all of you. Gotta see all of Yoongi's Artistry concert. Okay. I was like, you went to all of them? Which there are people who did. Yeah, the people who did live streams. People who did live streams are heroes. That was... Do you remember... Was it the first night? The first 2 nights? And, when the tour started, there were 2 different people live streaming, and they were trending on Twitter. So many people were like watching them and referring to them as like the real heroes. I think one of them was named Dave. I could be making that up, his name, but that was really funny. Guy's weirdest 15 seconds of fame he never thought he would have. I know, I wish we could talk about that too, about when their albums dropped and everything. You know, I was not in a good place. My friend Laurie's normally on the live stream, but Laurie moved, you know, so she's in a, like, she moved around the world, so she's on a very different time zone now. But Laurie, who's usually on the stream, she and Peaches knew how rough things had been getting for me, and they both have my phone number. And by the way, I don't make my phone number super secret, so if anybody's ever interested in texting or anything like that, though Laurie and I weren't texting, we actually were on Messenger, messaging each other. Anyway, details that don't matter, sorry. When Jimin's album dropped, she was messaging me a lot, like that night, because you know it dropped at midnight, and I didn't watch the video at midnight for Set Me Free Part 2. But then when she was kind of freaking out about it, I was like, okay, I'm going to watch it. So I went ahead and pulled it up and watched it anyhow. And then she pointed out also, because of what was going on in my life, that I may also like, at the same time that Set Me Free Part 2 dropped, I think it was the exact same night as Set Me Free Part 2, Miley Cyrus' song Flowers dropped. And anyhow, she messaged me the link to that and said, you know, that might really speak to me also. And anyhow, yeah, Laurie and I often at midnight EST, when BTS songs tend to drop, we'll often message each other. And but even that, once I was in the hospital, essentially, I just kind of fell off the radar and isolated. So, oh, thank you. You know, I'm happy to be back here too. And I've been, like I said repeatedly now, I've been scared to come back for a lot of reasons. So many reasons. Yeah, so many reasons. I will say there have been people who sent messages. I love WhatsApp, by the way. Yeah, WhatsApp group chats and Discord. I am on both. But over the last several months, I have gotten a few messages, either comments left on YouTube videos just saying I'm thinking about you, for people who actually got my cell phone number, who sent just random texts. And I've been hiding and scared to reply. And yet very thankful that that Janet and Kathy and, you know, just different. Amber's usually here in the lineup, and I love the emojis. I mean, that's it, right? I always like to use 8 hearts myself. 7, obviously, for the guys. 1 for Army. And then right there in the middle, the people. By the way, tangent, but is this photo just not like... I really like to keep my room and my life very OT7, but since D-Day happened, my room is very, very sugar-centered. Very sugar-centered. By the way, I met somebody in the airport who tried to correct me and said that his name is pronounced Suka. And I was like, I'm going to be a snob and not talk to you now. I got myself in some hot water too. I made a comment before Jimin's album dropped on Twitter that got me in some hot water. I pissed off a lot of people, and I was already not in a good mental health space. And my comment definitely offended people, which wasn't my intentions. I wasn't trying to be a bitch. It just kind of happened. And now I don't have a P.O. box. I just give people my actual address. Like, legit. My Debbie, how are you? Good day, I love it. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Yeah, my address, North Carolina makes everyone's address public record. There's no way to hide my address, so I don't even try. I did think about doing a P.O. box once upon a time for a variety of reasons, but I just have a regular address and no qualms about sharing it. So, like, who's coming after me? Nobody. What was I saying before that? Oh, yeah, the comment that I made on Twitter. I really felt awful, and when I realized someone called me on it. I pissed off some people. I think one person flat out said that I was being shitty. I don't remember exactly what they said, but... And I'm like, yeah, whatever. I mean, you're never going to please everybody. But then somebody took the time and said they were disappointed what I said because it really came off as insensitive to the journey of different armies. And once they said that, I completely was like, you are completely right, and I completely apologize. What I said was actually wrong, and I didn't mean it to be that way. But that was around the time I was starting to go into hiding anyhow, and starting to isolate, so then I went and did more. Big hugs to you also. Prayers for you, and I love you too. Have a good, smooth rest of your day, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon. See you later soon. Montgomery, we only know you. You're a little meow meow. I know. And if anyone's curious what I said, that needs so much hot water. What I said was, it was when the track list for Jimin's Face album was released, and I saw someone randomly tweet, not someone I follow, because Twitter now just randomly shows you other people's tweets for some reason. I don't understand what Twitter's doing, but it's not my business. Someone said, I don't get it. Why would he name a song Set Me Free Part 2? And I didn't reply to that person, and I was like, whatever. But then I made my own separate tweet. I wasn't like subtext tweeting or anything. I just made my own separate tweet. I said, if you're ARMY and you didn't feel the earth shake when you saw that there's a song called Set Me Free Part 2, I'm disappointed in you, or something like that. Because for me, Yoongi's song Set Me Free is a life-changing song. Like, it has a very deeply engraved place in my heart because of the day that I discovered BTS. So I was like, unless you're a brand new ARMY, how would you not get what Set Me Free Part 2 is a reference to? And then and then when they pointed out something I knew all along, which is ARMYs all have different journeys. Mine was a deeply entrenched journey through their discography. But that's not the case for every ARMY, and no matter what way you become ARMY, and no matter what rabbit holes you fall down and paths you take, it is a long, winding maze, and it's incredible, right? But there's always stuff slipping through the cracks. Some people fall into the rabbit hole of performances. They discover them through performances. Some people through music videos. Some people through... I've actually met people who discovered them through Run BTS and fell in love with them by watching all the Run BTSs before they even started listening to music. So, yeah, that was a That was a very selfish way of me framing how I felt about Set Me Free Part 2. I should have just said it made my earth shake when I saw it, not insult other people. Anyhow, I'll show them now. Why am I talking? Does anyone want to leave their Instagram? Mine is at ASue. I would like to be more active on Twitter and Insta and TikTok this year. I see here that you say you tried direct messaging me on Twitter. You probably did. I've just been missing you remember that exchange. Yeah. I was embarrassed. I felt because I was not trying to insult people, but man, I insulted people, and frankly, what I said was rude. It truly was. And while I didn't mean it that way, at the same time, I clearly did mean it that way. I was just in a bad headspace and not thinking through. You know, I was being that jerk driver, basically. That driver I'm talking about, where you're driving on the road and there's a car in front of you, right? So you can't go anywhere anyhow. And the guy behind you honks. And it's like, where do you want me to go, dude? And, but all he's saying is that there's a car in front of him. So that was me. I wasn't looking at a bigger picture of other people's experiences, and I will now shut up about that. So I haven't been on social media in a long time. Let me pull up. I'm trying to understand a little more about astrology. Does anybody have any leads on that? Because I don't know anything. Twitter. How do I even pull up Twitter? And why don't I have my glasses on? Okay. Oh, see, this is part of why I don't get on social media. Immediately I'm like, ooh, what? Like, like, you know what I'm talking about? You get on, you have a thought of what you're going to do, and then you see cute pictures and threads of BTS, and suddenly you forget why you even got on. That's a very real problem. Yes. I have had text messages from you guys. I mean, not text. Direct messages on, yes. I love that you're giving me the benefit of the doubt that my tweet was made in good fun. I'll be honest, it wasn't. I was in a bitch mood, and it probably was really, it was probably, I mean, there are times where my tone, if my tone is meant jokingly, then that's what I'll actually say to people. We're like, whoa, like, guys, that was a joke, /S for sarcasm or whatever it is that the young people do. But yeah, I mean, I made sure not to double down when somebody explains, that it just came across as very incongruent with my heart as an army. And is incongruent the right word, or am I making stuff up? And that it really was discounting the various journeys that Army take. Because I wasn't saying it as a joke, I was like, ooh, yeah, that I screwed up there. Yeah, and see, I've been on Twitter since 2009. Yes, 2009. Back when I was on it. Heck, even celebrities would follow you on Twitter. I don't say that like, ooh, celebrities follow me, but like, there weren't many people on Twitter. So people followed each other because who else were you going to talk to otherwise? And it was a very different experience back then because there very few people had smartphones. And there was just kind of this sense of word vomit. It's like, oh, I have random thoughts. Let me share random thoughts. And at the time it kind of worked. But of course, big scale, it doesn't work. And now a lot of people are on there and they're angry. And of course, that's not true for all ARMY. And I try really hard to keep my own feed clean. I've been blocked by a ton of ARMY on Twitter, though. I am forever shocked how much I have been blocked by people. And no, I don't have an app that tells me when. I don't have an app that tells me when people have blocked me or anything like that. It's as simple as so many times people have sent me links to tweets that they like from like major ARMY accounts. I'm talking people who have like 20-some thousand followers or whatever, like big ARMY accounts. And so they'll be like, oh, this is a hilarious tweet, you should read the whole thread. And I'll click and it's like, you've been blocked by this user. I have no idea what I did. But that day I did. But I mean, all the people who have been blocked by, or at least the majority of people have been blocked by, were from way before that day. So I don't know what I said, but that made so many people angry over the course of the last 2 years. So. I'm a big believer that social media should be your happy place. So if you want to block people, block people. So when I realized I'm blocked, I'm kind of like, all right, I was not adding to someone's feed, so they blocked me. Again, I don't know what I did, but it's okay. My first day on Twitter ARMY Twitter, I don't know if I've told this story before or not, so if I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry. My very first day on ARMY Twitter, I was so excited. I had like just joined and followed a bunch of ARMY the night before. And I woke up the next morning and pulled up Twitter, and the very first tweet that I see was very offensive to me. Very inappropriate. And I'm not a prude. But to me, it was 100% not a tweet that should be public. If you want to do it in a closed group and you have like a private account, that's fine. This was not that. It was very inappropriate about BTS, and it was full-fledged public. So I immediately just blocked that user and was like, whoa. And within 5 minutes of blocking that user, I got a DM from a user with a different name, and she was like, hey, by the way, I'm also, and she named the other account, and she was like, my app just told me that you blocked me. What did I do wrong? And I was like, I don't know you in real life. And I'm kind of weirded out that 5 minutes after blocking a very offensive tweet, or I mean what I view to be an offensive tweet, that you are in my DMs asking for an explanation. Instead of saying all that, I just said, it's no hard feelings. It's just I'm new to ARMY Twitter, and what you wrote is not what I want to come to Twitter and see, much less at 8 a.m. in the morning. And she was like, okay, no hard feelings. And I was like, why are you messaging me? I can't be the first person to block you when you're tweeting stuff like that. And why, anyway, feel free to block people, make your life good, whatever it takes to clean that act up. I've got a lot of words blocked. The word Trump is not allowed to be anywhere on my, cannot deal with Trump and Trump fighting. Yeah, the wrath of Army can be intense. It's not just Army, it's the wrath. The wrath of people. Swifties, Army, blanks. Like, there's... And I'm convinced the really wrathful ones aren't fans of whoever it is. But they're not the really mean ones. They're just looking for reasons to be mean. And I don't know. That's a theory. I don't know if it's a good one or not. When 3D came out, I was not having it with the wording. Okay. Carla, I've seen so many inappropriate things about BTS on Twitter also. That one was the first one, and it really took me back. But I've seen a lot of inappropriate things since then. So everyone's talking about, I say everyone's talking about, I've heard a lot of people talking about Jack Harlow's verse being very offensive in 3D. I do like the song 3D. I have not paid close attention to the lyrics. Just the catchy, adorable, naughty chorus. But you are not the only one to bring up Jack Harlow's verse. I keep meaning to look it up and I haven't. But, you know, again, I've rarely pulled up Twitter, but like occasionally I will for a quick moment for one reason or another. For whatever reason I pulled it up. It said somebody had posted, I can't believe some of y'all are trying to pretend like Jack Harlow's verse isn't offensive. And of course a lot of people had commented they agreed that it was ridiculous that anybody was defending it. But I don't even know the verse, and I don't know anything about Jack Harlow at all. I wouldn't recognize him by face or voice. I just heard his name for the first time earlier this year. And I was like, oh, Jack Harlow. And somewhere in my head I was like, Jack Harlow sounds like a very nice name. I bet he's a great artist. Can I be honest? I really like the dirty version of... not 3D. I like the dirty version of 7. Except for I don't like... Is her name Lotto? I don't like Lotto's verse. I guess I'm more of a prude than I would like to admit, though. If you were in my head, you would not think I'm a prude. But the song is so cute, and then her verse makes it not cute. Makes it just flat out sexual. I mean, it's all sexual, so I don't know, you know, where's the line? I don't know. I do love the song 3D. It's fun. Golden is a fantastic album. He's a fantastic artist. I'm obsessed with several of his other songs, but the choice of words used were not your favorite. So I definitely have to look up. I don't know who Lotto is either. I want to clarify I don't have a problem with Lotto herself. Her verse is so Foxy Brown-ish. And while JK's, you know, while the rest of 7 is still very, I mean, it's flat out about sex, it still has that JK cuteness to it. Do you know what I mean? And then she comes in and she's like, oh, there's no cuteness here. We are talking all in. So, yeah, I don't know Jack Harlow's stuff at all. I do know he has a lot of fans. You know, but you saying that he's a fantastic artist, that you're obsessed with several of his other songs, just not the choice of his work. That's kind of how I feel about Kanye, to be honest. Kanye, I'm gonna be honest, Kanye's a genius. He's an artistic genius, and he is also marketing genius, and I think he's actually a very brilliant, visionary person in a lot of ways. And some of his songs, I wouldn't go as far as to say obsessed, but um, they deeply resonate with me. And I also hate to admit that, because he also has very offensive lines and very offensive songs, and he's a rather offensive person. So, missing old Kanye, right? Right? Like before, I'm sorry I'm making a lot of faces right now. I can feel like I keep, old Kanye. Oh, I'm not blaming her. I'm not trying to Yoko Ono her. Because frankly, Yoko should have never gotten blame either. But pre-Kardashian Kanye. Yeah. Um, okay, so Golden is beautiful. It's so beautiful. And I have not watched the videos yet. And I plan to soon. I'm looking forward to that. I'm just putting it on random. We're going to see what happens here. Making sure you can still hear it. Amber, I just brought you up a little bit ago. It's so good to see you too. Sorry, I hope I didn't burst anyone's eardrums with that. Yeah, I just mentioned a little bit ago that you're off on, because I was talking about how I've received supportive messages. You know, Debbie, you're one of the, I've received some supportive messages over the last number of months. And, you know, just little reminders from various people, many of you right here, that you had not forgotten me and that you hoped that I was well. And so, yeah, I brought your name up during that and pointed out that you're often on the stream, but weren't, yes. Okay, so yes, discussing the Golden Album. It's so beautiful. I still have to watch the videos. I'm looking forward to that. JK trying to keep his shirt on here at the end of chapter 2, that was kind of a riot. Like, I did see enough of that to realize, you know, as soon as Calvin Klein got him in that denim jacket and jeans and nothing else from that point forward, we got to see a lot of his army abs. But Hate You, Shot Glass of Tears, Standing Next to You. Oh my god, I just saw the performance video with Usher, actually. I did watch that last night. Incredible. Incredible. Like, and they have very similar styles, as far as style, and of course as far as dance, and being very inspired by Michael Jackson. And it was so cool just seeing, oh my gosh, it's so freaking great. Yeah, I think Golden's a great album. It grew on me. Like, I liked it in the beginning, but I also was like, it's better. This is going to sound horrible. So please pardon me here, because I don't mean it to sound horrible. No, I have not seen the dance practices at all. Danger to your thoughts. Yes, JK in chapter 2 is a danger to everyone's thoughts. It's like he went full-fledged, you know, letting everybody know, I am forever Cookie, your baby Cookie. And I'm also grown man Jungkook. Like, deal with this. But Amber, I said the same thing about, we were just discussing the rap of 3D and people having issues with it, and I said I'm not a fan of the rap on 7. I'm not knocking Lotto, I'm not a fan of that part of it. Sorry for my coughs, guys. Happy New Year to you too. Have fun with your family. Sorry. I know, right? I mean, they said chapter 2 wasn't about them taking off their shirts, but shortly after they got their tattoo, Jin even posted that picture with his shirt off to show us his 7 on his back, which was so cute. God, I'm so freaking cold right now. Sorry, guys. Oh, my God. So Golden grew on me. When it was first announced, I didn't know what to expect. JK's a wild card. I knew all along Golden could be a variety of directions. Who knows what this is going to be. And then when I found out he didn't write the songs himself, at first I was really disappointed. Not in him, just, you know, I want, yes, let's see you soon. We will look forward to that. Oh my God, I love yes or no. And like the way he says or, because he doesn't say or. It's like yes or no. It's so cute. Oh my God. So I had a hard time when the album first came out because in my head I wanted something he had written, but then I heard him explaining more about why he didn't, and I felt so much heart for him because how could I not? And then as you know, it's 2 a.m. almost. I've had champagne for years. And birthday cake, and I've done none of it. I'm just over here choking on bronchitis. Sorry, my thoughts. Woof. So, anyhow, then I started just playing the songs a lot and just fell in love with them one by one. And Standing Next to You might be the last song that really got my attention, but once it got my attention, and I need to post the cutest video ever. Okay, I wonder if I show you this video. Okay, hold on. Okay. I'm going to pause the music, and I'm going to really annoy you guys for a minute and be that mom. So please pardon me here. But my son, loves BTS. He just turned 5. I'm sorry, I can't believe I'm going to do this. You're going to be like, why are you showing me a video of your kid? I saw that. Oh. I can't believe I'm showing you this video. I can't believe I'm being that mom right now. I hate when people do this. You like the song? I can tell. Oh, did you? I didn't have a clue he'd been listening to JK on his own. My 5-year-old has taken my Spotify and listens to this song. Getting you in your moves. Sorry, I can't believe I'm being that mom. I'm so sorry. So he normally only dances to August D, not Yoongi, not Suga. He dances to August D and J-Hope. That's like normally all he'll do. We joke around that if you want Bear to dance, you got to put on some angry rap. And then all of a sudden there he was. I turn around and he's jamming to Standing Next to You, and I'm like, what the hell is happening? So I grab my phone and start recording it. And that's when he told me that when I'm not in the room, he discovered that song, and now he plays it by choice. So I was like, all right then, that's yeah, that's my life with my beer. Sorry, I'm looking to see if I can rather easily find video of him jamming to rap, the rap line. He does love Boy with Love. He loves Namjoon and Boy with Love. I've got video of him doing that also this week. I'm a terrible, terrible person. I can't believe I'm... Sorry. Okay, sorry. I swear, I'm not gonna always be this person just right now. Sorry. Oh. I wish it would show my phone better, but you can still so totally get the gist. And there's my daughter trying to like dramatically. And yes, I let my kids listen to the explicit BTS songs, except for 7. I will not let them listen to the explicit version of 7. Yeah, my kid, he's bonkers. I love that he's a huge ARMY. But he normally, like I said, he's a rap line fan, big time. And then, that's how I feel when I listen to D-Day, too. That's completely how I feel when I listen to D-Day. He just lets the music move him, which is stellar. Okay. I'll show you this, and I swear to God, I'll stop. Trying to like...
Yeah.
He's using a candy cane as an umbrella. Because he literally put this hat on, grabbed a candy cane, and put Boy with Love on. And then he just like... The video's long, but like, the second video is long. But when it gets to the part where it is Namjoon's part, he's so excited because he does like the rim of the hat, and then... And he keeps asking, he started asking Marcus and me this week to throw a rose at him. He's like, you can be Jen and you can throw a rose at me. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, sorry. I will stop. And I will put regular music back on. By regular, I mean incredible music of BTS. All right. Let's go back to that. Okay. Bored. Anyhow. Happy New Year, everyone. Oh my God, 2 o'clock. Happy New Year. Again, so now that would be like the time, like the Vegas area time zone, right? Yes. Her moon and sunshine. I love that. I know the hat. It's funny because that hat was mine. That's like a hat that I used to wear out when I wanted to feel fancy years ago. And then, I had kids and realized I don't get to be fancy ever again for as long as I live. So, kids got that. And they use it. RM looks super cool when he does that. I love... Yeah, there's the thing he does with his hat. Oh my God. Mateo does all those things. Mateo Bear, my son. I can feel it when I can feel how I light up when, I mean, look at this kid. Sorry. God, I am going to be that mom. Look at that kid. That's a screenshot of when I was FaceTiming with him, and he just makes such a funny little face, and he's got this crazy wild curly hair. He's biracial, and I have no idea what to do with his hair, but I'm learning, and he's really not, you know. I mean, both my kids, they're so lively and kids, right? But sorry, no one is here to hear parenting stuff. 4 minutes ago in Texas. Woohoo! I had to contact my friend Peaches. That's her time zone. Texas is huge. Is all of Texas in one time zone, or is Texas split? He does have wonderful curls, thank you. It's a lot of work. My husband keeps asking me if we can cut it. His hair now is longer than that picture. His hair is here. I don't want to, you know, as long as he's willing to have long hair. I want my son to have long hair. I want all BTS to have their long hair back. They're all looking beautiful. Shaved for military also. So, Texas is split. Okay, because I was thinking my friend was only 1 hour difference from me. But suddenly I'm questioning everything. Do you ever have those moments where, like, your brain is, where you're like, I don't know anything now at all. What's my own name? Is that even a word? You know, Happy New Year. It's after 2 a.m. in Michigan. So Carol's going to bed. Thank you for coming in. Like, this wasn't even short notice. I didn't give anyone notice. I literally just hopped on, and you've made my New Year. Seriously, you have no idea. I didn't, you know, for anybody who was here, for those of you who were here at the very beginning, and I said, I mean, I was nervous. I was scared, and it took me 20 minutes, I think, 20 or 30 minutes to calm down enough to be okay. Very much good night, Carol. Thank you all for being here, sincerely. I just got that. I was like, too often what? What are you talking about, Victoria? But oh yeah, like the whole, is that a word? Does my brain forget everything? Everything I thought I knew, now I think I'm wrong about? I hate when I do that. The guys do all look great with shaved heads, and V incredibly does. He is so handsome. I don't know if anybody saw. It's good to see you too. Thank you. Thank you. I have tried to make this. I mean, like, I will give a tour. That was my goal with this room, was cozy, because when I realized I might not get into the hospital. I don't know if I finished that story earlier. When I realized I might not get into the hospital, I thought, okay, I gotta fight for my life somehow. What am I gonna do? And I knew kind of had to start with this room. I needed to make my bedroom be as joyful as possible. So I've spent a lot of time, and I've got photos. Actually, if any of you send me a photo of yourself, I will put it up. I've got photos of Army from my room, and especially Army that I've gotten to see in person. This is my new magic shop. Yeah, I've met some Army, you know, I've met some Army at concerts or whatever who I didn't know before. I just happened to meet them there, and they're like, hey, let's take a picture. And I'm like, great, let's take a picture. So I print those, Like the lovely two women who gave me this purple bracelet in Chicago. Just a simple purple threaded bracelet they were handing out and a bag of lifesavers for the airplane ride. And considering I was not planning on living very long, a bag of lifesavers felt very appropriate. It was like neat. So I got a picture of them over here on my wall, as well as several of Peaches and my dear friend Debbie from Chicago, and Laurie and Anissa, and my sister, and Jessie, and Kathy. Kathy's usually here. Kathy's not here right now, but in previous years, Kathy has been here as O Milk. I love that name. It's so cute. Kathy and I were at the same D-Day concert, but weren't able to cross paths for a couple of reasons. So, but I printed off pictures of people as well as BTS. Like, I've got ARMY pictures in my room, and then like that painting is just dots, but it's paintings. It's a painting from Andrew, somebody that was at the hospital with me. Over here by my bed, along with some of the pictures of ARMY and a picture of Suga. Actually, Augustine. No, Suga, because that's when he was performing Seesaw. I also have letters from my friends at the hospital. Sometimes we would write letters to each other before we would, be discharged. I've got a painting this one at the hospital. Anyhow, I've got paintings from other ARMY, just a couple in here. Anyway, I'm rambling a lot. It was meant to be cozy. It was meant to be a meaningful place. So that if I was really, really struggling, that I had home. And that's actually why I moved everything in here. That's why I bought a new setup of like podcasting stuff and moved the whole computer and everything in here, because I used to have it out in the big art studio room, but I didn't have any privacy in there and everything. And I was like, I need to be able to connect with people right here, right here in this room. And yay, thankful that this is my first time doing that, and that it's actually going well. And I'm just thankful that you are each here. That was a lot of rambling on my own. I'm sorry about that. Back to the guy's hair. I love. Oh my gosh! Don't say nothing phenomenal. I guarantee you it's phenomenal. Oh my god. Please send me a painting of yours, and it will be here surrounded in the BTS ARMY love of my heart, like in my magic shop. I'm sorry, I'm like begging for a painting from you. That was rude, and that's not what I mean. I'm just saying, you're very welcome here, and don't discredit yourself at all. I do that to myself all the time. I always feel like my paintings, I paint. I feel like my art is very lacking. We are our own worst critics. And that's what I was saying, like that painting right here that my friend at the hospital made. So at the mental hospital, I sound so bad. At the mental hospital, but it's what it is. I think I wrote too loud now. Yeah, a little bit. Okay. I'm at the mental hospital at Hopeway, an incredible hospital. I would recommend it to anybody. I said it earlier in case somebody missed it. Hopeway is among, if not the best decision of my life that I did. So Hopeway is incredible. But at that hospital, I quickly discovered painting was very therapeutic to me. I need to paint, and I've always loved painting, but I don't make time to do it. And at the hospital, I did. And so I checked in on Thursday. Quick story here. I checked in on Thursday, at Hopeway and was really overwhelmed and scared and spent the night hiding in my room. Because I was like, what has happened in my life that I had just checked into this place? And Friday, I went to my first day of classes and had nonstop panic attacks. I didn't even finish classes that day. I think I might have gone to 3, and then I went to lunch, and then I went and hid in my room and had panic attacks for the rest of the day. And then Saturday was, on Saturdays there's open art. So there's an art studio there, and there's open art. So you can just go and do whatever you want in there that day. And I was like, okay, I'll go. And people were nice. I've been meeting a few people already. And I didn't know what to paint. I didn't feel like talking to anybody. I was kind of angry that I was at a mental health hospital. And I put my earbuds on. And I cranked up BTS. And I'm a big fan of like the concept of BTS Oracle. Spotify and BTS will play you what you need when you need it. And I just suddenly became overcome with this like idea of just 3 small blue paintings. So I did them, and I was so into it. I did it the whole time until open art was over, and we had to leave and go back to the residential unit. And so I started painting all the time, and then I ordered. And when you're at Hopeway, you can order stuff there too, like have it sent to you from Amazon. So I immediately ordered a bunch of small canvas boards, ordered a whole set of acrylic paint, ordered paintbrushes, because I didn't want to just wait for when the art studio was open. Like I was like, I need to be able to paint all the time, and I ordered a set of watercolors and watercolor pads. So then what I did was every single day after classes were over, I would go and sit in one of the common areas where the other residents were, and I would just lay all my art supplies out and tell anybody, if any of you want to paint, like, feel free. And a lot of people, it was amazing, a lot of people said they hadn't painted at all since elementary school. Like, they couldn't remember at all painting since elementary school. And this painting was one of my friends at the hospital, there. He said it was his first time painting in like 2 decades. And that's all he did. He sat there and... And the thing is, every person I was like, hey, do you want to paint? They'd say, oh, I don't know how to paint, or I'm not good at it, or, and I'm like, no, everybody. Or they'd be like, I'm not an artist. Like, everybody's an artist. You just have to let go of what you think of as art and what you think of as how it should look. Like, let go of that and let something come out of you. Just like my son doesn't know how to dance. He hasn't taken dance lessons other than watching BTS. But he lets the music move his body, and it's actually really cool. So my friend at the hospital just spent time making circles, making dots with the colors, and talked about how relaxing it really was. So anyhow, I've got several pieces of art from people at Hopeway, and I made art for some people at Hopeway. I know. Okay. So I've got this mug. Let's see if it shows up. Again, for anybody who just tuned in halfway through, this is not the camera I was going to use for my live stream. I was going to use my good camera, which has a much clearer view and has great focusing. Couldn't figure out how to get it set up, so I'm using my little junk webcam. But so some things aren't coming up. Look at this mug. Look at this mug. In real life, this mug is much pinker looking than it's showing up here. It's showing up peach, but it's very it's like that color pink in real life. It's very pink. Look at these little BTSs. Oh my god. Ah, so cute. Look at these. Oh my god. Wait, who's colorblind? My sister got me this mug because it's so well permission to dance oriented. And I also have from the same artist. Sheesh. Can I get it to come over here? Come over here. Yeah, it's crappy camera. It's a little tiny enamel pin. I say tiny. It's actually not very tiny. Come here. Why am I sucking it? It's like when you're in a mirror and you're trying to move your hand to the right place. Anyhow, this is all blurry and cruddy, but it's such a cute pin. It's such a cute pin. I should take a picture of that and post it on Instagram and tag the artist. Wait, what? She's in Winston-Salem? She's in my state. Sophia Vargas. Sorry. I'm not a great singer anyhow, but when I'm sick, I really can't sing. Right. This is the artist. Sorry. Tay voice. Yeah, I'm definitely going to post this artist on Instagram and Twitter and tag them because they're so, I mean, it's just, oh my gosh. It's just freaking so cute. And like everything the Army sends, it was packaged so adorably. And when she sends stuff, she also sends stickers of the thing that she sent you, you know. Anyway, there are a lot of Army artists, and people are so talented, and some people have such different styles. And this like super cutesy, kawaii kind of vibe is a really popular one. But even among the artists that do that, they're still different, you know. But Laurie painted the whale from 0 o'clock, and I've got that over here above my bed. And she also has made resin work that I've shared before. They're over here next to my lamp. But sorry, lost in thought. Oh my gosh, I watched Road to D-Day so many times. That's actually one of the things that I had been putting off watching. Like I said, I haven't watched anything since Smoke Sprite. Well, I didn't watch Smoke Sprite either. So I haven't watched anything since before Smoke Sprite was released. And when I went to Chicago, I had not seen Road to D-Day yet, but it had been out for a little bit, just for a little bit. And I was pretty overwhelmed and swamped with my emotions, with life, with whatever. And Peaches and Debbie had me, you know, they encouraged me, let's watch it. Oh, Amygdala, man, rips me up. And it always will. Like, it really always will. But yeah, they asked if I wanted to watch Road to D-Day while we were in Chicago together, and I was like, well, that seems actually pretty perfect since we're here for D-Day tour. And it's incredible. Like, I watched it 2 or 3 times before I went to the hospital. I think twice. And then I watched it twice in the hospital, including in the common area. I definitely tried to expose people to BTS when I was there. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I didn't have Disney Plus, and then thank them and this whole thing, their whole collaboration with BTS. Of course, now we have Disney Plus, which we've got kids too, but our kids don't watch much television or movies. Our kids have never seen a single Disney movie. And I tried to watch a couple episodes of Mickey Mouse with them, and it turns out Mickey Mouse is like not great, not very woke entertainment for our kids. Like little things that I'm like, oh, ouch. There's so much options now to watch with kids. No, and I don't feel like I have to. And I've tried to watch Disney movies with them. My son gets scared. Like 10 minutes into any Disney movie, and he's terrified. He hates the dark. He hates scary scenes. So it seems like every Disney movie in the first 10 minutes has 15 minutes has some sort of big giant storm or something like that happening, and or an argument of some sort of confrontation, and he's like, I don't want to watch it anymore. I don't want to watch it. Okay. Yeah, J-Hope in the Box was incredible too. I'm so sorry. Yeah, seeing both of those documentaries in the theater is great. I'm hoping that there's more. No, totally not bad to see Road to D-Day 2 or 3 times a month. It's incredible. It's so worth it. Watching Yoongi and his process of that album, oh my god, it's beautiful. It's so special. Bluey, that's the dog, right? And it turns out the dog is a girl, and I didn't know that until I was reading Bluey's Christmas book to the kids, and found out that I just assumed Bluey was a boy, because in our deeply ingrained colonization of gender, dogs are boys and blue things are boys. So Bluey is cute. Bluey's I mean, I haven't seen the Bluey cartoons, but I know my kids have when they were with their grandmothers. And oh my gosh, getting ready to bring it in. Woo! Try to come back if you're still here. Love you guys. Love you too, Carla. I'm so grateful you are here. I hope the one day to hug you for real. For real, for real. I think I said that super southern, so pardon me. But, yeah, come back and see if we're here in a little bit. So, I tend to stay up way too late on New Year's night. So, the rest of the crowd might die down, but I might still be sitting here eating cakes. So, have fun. And Tracy, I know the things we do for BTS. Sincerely. Can you guys hear the music at all anymore? Sorry, I can't spell his name, but I love how he got. Oh, I know. Ryushi. I'm gonna butcher his name too, so I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, that was incredible for him to get to meet that composer, and for them to have that beautiful moment. And then good for you. Go take in the new year, please. Yes. And I'm glad you can hear music. Thank you. Oh, walk and fireworks sounds so incredible. Sakamoto. I was gonna say like Makamoto. Thank you. Appa Bangpo forever. Yes, that's what I was gonna say. Is the story of his daughter enjoying the performance so much when he performed in Japan. And then at the final, D-Day, the final, when Yoongi had to perform, what were the songs? Dear Friend, My Dear Friend, or Dear My Friend, Amygdala, Snooze, there was one more. And like, that beautiful man is sobbing. Oh, just, if I weren't already in love with the Min Yoongi, I would have fallen in love with him this year. Most certainly. But no, I definitely. Oh my god. So I hate that I actually did a reaction to Hagum when I watched it live, and that unfortunately it has no audio, so you have no idea. I know Woo Sung, is that his name? The guy from The Rose. No, it's so beautiful. Yeah, with Hagum. Because I don't think I've ever reacted. I've never had a reaction to something I was watching in my life like I reacted to. And I don't even have any audio for it. I just have visual of me freaking out to Hagum without me explaining my thoughts while I'm freaking out. But it was like I was completely disturbed and completely turned on at the exact same time and utterly shocked repeatedly. It was wild. Yes, Yoongi with long hair is... yes, the last. And I agree, Life Goes On, Augusty version. I get chills every time I hear it still. I was saying earlier in the night that, because it was playing, just thinking about him, because at the point in the tour, when he performed it, he was super sweaty, because he just got done doing Deshwata and Hagum and all that. A lot of jumping around, a lot of dancing, but you know what I mean. But he was doing so much moving around, and meanwhile, like, while he's doing all this intense dancing, he's wearing a lot of clothing. I mean, he had that big coat on and everything, and there's literal fire shooting up. And I can tell you, Dana and I, at the concert, where we were sitting, every time the flames shot up, the heat, I mean, just boof, like, whacked us. And all I could think is, the flames are right there by the stage, and he's on the stage, and he's like on that metal grate stage, wearing all those clothes. He has to be so freaking hot, because we're not that close. I mean, we're not as close to the stage as he is, obviously. And yet, every time those flames shot up, it was like just being slapped with heat. And, anyhow, so by the time he was performing Life Goes On, there he is sitting at the piano, drenched in sweat, trying to cool himself down. He's got his drinks up on top of the piano, and he's just playing, and so in the moment, and at times singing at the top of his lungs, and he's got a little, like, meow meow face going, and his eyes are closed, and he's singing, and I love that song anyhow. And again, if I weren't already in love with him, if I weren't already in love with that song, I would be. So, alright, I'll stop. I mean, I can't shut up about it. I'll stop. I'll stop. I'll try. When he cried, I was crying. Yeah, we were all crying. I mean, it was... It's like every single show he performed as if that were the last energy he had to perform. where I didn't think he could give more of himself, and then he did at the final. He managed to get even more of himself, and he really performed it like it was his last show. And so when he cried, it was, it was. Sorry, reading what the bias is. He knows what he's doing to armies. I mean, it's true. They know. They have power, and they know it. Oh, completely. I mean, I felt like a fool. Okay, so, I'm sorry, I'm saying completely about the Run BTS dance practice, and Yoongi with his bun looking like a complete badass. So when I watched that, my reaction to that was it was the exact reactor reaction that Yoongi makes fun of. Remember that time that Yoongi was like imitating the way reactors do, and like they hit play for 1 second and then stop and they go, oh, like I think I made 7 seconds in on Run BTS dance practice video, and it was like, because there's like all the people and it was like already awesome and badass and the song's great, and then when the camera lifted and it just showed him there, I slapped, I squealed. I just slapped pause on the video. I was like, I don't think I'm ready for this. So, um, yeah. Oh my god, he is a badass, and he knows it. I know. Dropped the Hagem dance practice and then did nothing with it during the tour. I thought that was actually really cool. Teresa! Oh my god! How are you? Yeah, I think we were all a wreck watching that last show. I mean, really, it, it, there are no words, and yet I keep trying. I mean, uh, I have a hard my breath literally stops sometimes when I think about that last show. And also when I think about Yet to Come Busan. Both concerts were performed like, oh my god, his tattoo reveal was so cheeky. My husband was completely annoyed by it. My husband was so funny because when I made him watch the clip and when the crowd screamed and just went wild over that, my husband rolled his eyes and he was like, I will never understand people screaming like that over someone dropping the shoulder of their jacket and him knowing that that was going to be the reaction. And I'm like, yep, and there it is. And it's also really funny when I was watching the final, my sister couldn't watch it at the time. So I was texting her the next day, you have to watch the replay. You do not have a choice. You will be heartbroken if you don't watch it. Like your life will be worse if you don't watch it. You have to watch it. And I told her, I said, also, Yugi answered the question Army everywhere have been dying to know. And she said, which question? About the black cat or where his tattoo is. And I loved that because, of course, it's the tattoo that he answered. But the fact that we as Army do have all these unhinged questions like, why were there pictures of a black cat on your camera roll, dude? Like, explain yourself. But yeah, he knows. They know. That was so cool. Tattoo reveal. He's so funny. If swag was a person, it would be Yugi. Exactly. He's so multifaceted. He's adorable. God. Yeah. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take off my. It's funny. I don't have to wear earbuds to talk, but my ears are really clogged. I can't hear. So this is really weird. I've got this bronchitis that I've been suffering with since the last week of October. It wasn't bronchitis, but it turned into that. But both my ears are completely clogged, and I can't hear much of anything. It sounds like I'm underwater all the time. By putting in the earbuds and having the sound of all this shoot into my ears, it actually sounds like I'm a person again. Every time I take it off, I feel like I've got cotton in my ears. Nobody asked about my health problems. Tell the girl to shut up. All you gotta do is like put in the comments, honey, you're spinning, and I will. Ooh. Right? That was a touchdown for us. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that reminder, because, you know, my husband doesn't scream at the TV for touchdowns, but many sports fans do. But he watches the touchdowns, and occasionally he does actually yell out a little bit. He's really shocked, but indeed, you know, I've pointed out, I've got a framed photo of Hosak upstairs in my living room on the wall, and people are like, that's weird, why would you do that? And I'm like, because we also have framed pictures of Franco Harris and Ben Roethlisberger and I don't know, and some other football player whose name I don't actually even know. Like, we've got framed football player pictures up on our walls in our living room. Photographs. By God, I can have J-Hope. Beautiful J-Hope. Framed on my wall, too. It's all good, so. That was meaningful. The 7 above his scar. Thank you, Amber, for the encouragement. I ramble a lot. I get flack on it sometimes. Not from you guys, but, you know, occasionally people run across my reactions and get mad because I don't just hop into the reaction part. I'm going to take my meds. It is 2:40 here, and I have not taken my meds yet. My meds are right beside me, so I don't have to go anywhere, but still. Sorry. Boring, I know, but going to say goodnight. Oh, it's been wonderful to see you. Thank you. I hope to come back soon. Ripping off the Band-Aid always helps. It's a starting point. Yeah, I've been scared. I've been really scared. But then I sat down and did it. And it's better to be here than to not be here at all. So, and it has gone really well. And thank you. Thank you for being part of tonight. Happy New Year to you. I know you're hours into your new year, but Happy New Year. And may it be a good year. And be well. Thank you, Amber. That's what I always tell them. I actually leave comments back and just tell them, like, I'm sorry that you didn't like my video. Good thing is, there's like 9 million BTS reactors. You can find the one that's, like, just what you're looking for. And if it's not me, cool. Like, definitely not for everyone. That's okay. I'm not trying to be. Alright. Huh. I was going to get my birthday cake, but now I'm not sure if I will. I was like, oh, I'll celebrate, like, when the ball drops at 3 a.m. here, which is midnight California time. Thank you, Amber. I am I can't say that I'm well, physically or mentally. I am much more well than I was at all in 2022 or at all the first half of this year. I made progress. I'll take it. I know, it's like 18 minutes to midnight, so I'm like, I should get the champagne and the cake. Yeah. Okay. So, apologies. You hang tight for a minute. I mean, or go away. It's your life. You do what you want. I will be right back. I will be right back. I think. Yeah, I'll be right back. I left and BTS decided to have a conversation with you guys. Go to bed, Amber. I hope you have a good night. Oh, this song, like, disturbs me. Luckily, it's very short. I really want my hearing back, man. I do not do New Year's resolutions. I do more of a bucket list kind of concept, intentions and bucket list. I used to be really big into resolutions, and then I always let myself down. So I was like, enough of that. I know! It's not a BTS live without an empty chair. I thought the same thing when I was upstairs getting chopsticks. And I thought, I just left my friends hanging with a picture of a room and no person in it. And I thought, that was a very BTS thing to do. That's how I feel, Victoria. Like, just a week or two into the new year, already beating yourself up because you haven't flossed enough. That's not a good vibe for the year. I don't want to feel bad about myself because I already failed at working out and reading the Bible enough. So instead, yeah, the bucket list kind of idea. And that's what I did the last couple years. Like, I wrote, I want to meet new BTS Army. I want to see my friend Peaches. I want to see my friend Laurie. This year I actually made some bucket list type stuff for this coming year. And this time I broke it into categories. Like, things I want to do professionally, things that I want to do for my body physically, and then, you know, some adventures I'd like to be open to or make happen. Like, this isn't a BTS concert year, obviously. I still want to see ARMY. So how do I make plans with you and actually meet you in person this year? I actually met a couple weeks ago at a what's it called? Cup sleeve, a Tajin birthday cup sleeve. I was there and met an army who I know from here, but I didn't know, I had not seen her face to face. Her name is Janet, and she's incredible and sweet, um, and lives like 2 hours from here, hour and a half from here. So I'm gonna try to make some plans with her, but also, you know, I want to meet more of you. And that's exactly it, Amber. Like, if it works for you and you're able to have that grace for yourself, then I think it's an excellent thing. I have not learned how to have that grace for myself yet. So, um, hi, hello, happy New Year to you. It's so good to see you. Yeah, okay, burn. It's a beautiful name, isn't it? All right. Can't screw it. Oh, shucks. My sister sent me something. Oh my God. I did so many things. I started to have a panic attack today, and I haven't had one of those in a while. We should do a Zoom call. That would be awesome. I started to have a panic attack today when I was going to, like, be getting stuff ready. So instead I curled up in my blankets and had a nap, which actually is not a bad thing either. But, like, this is a recurring problem. Every year, I plan on hanging these up. Look at this! Oh my God. I always plan on hanging them up. And I never end up getting to, because I get distracted. They're so cute. Oh my God, so cute, all of them. Anyway. Autocorrect sucks sometimes. I definitely have to figure out a little more about social media and how to, you know, operate said things. Okay, hold on. I got time. I got exactly 9 minutes to get my mess together so I can celebrate with the Californians, with the West Coast crew. Hopefully I won't blow anybody's eardrums. The reactor I watched from England goes to BTS club nights and has... Yes! I have watched videos, like, also on TikTok, of BTS club nights, and Charlotte, which is a city about 3 hours from here, once in a while, they've got a club there that once in a while has BTS nights. I mean, by once in a while, I mean, it's, you know, a couple of times a year, but, I mean, that sounds awesome. Yeah, I would go. I've got kids, so that doesn't work out splendid for me at all regarding doing things like that. But, and also, I'll be honest, maybe I'm too old for that mess. And I know I just mean, like, age is a number. I know that because lots of people who are older than me still do that kind of stuff. I don't know if I could handle being in a club anymore. I just don't know if I could handle being in a club. It's been a long time since I've been in a club. When Laurie and I went to Vegas, we thought about going. Vegas, there was a club that had, like, all night BTS dance rave night after the concert. And we thought about going and opted not to. It was rather pricey to go, and anyhow, in the end we decided it was actually great that we didn't go because we could not have been able to handle it. Like, we were both pretty wiped out just from jamming at the concert, and the concert, you know, is Tiring. Why can't I get into this box? Okay, so my sister sent me a gift. I'm supposed to open it before cake. So I want to go those type of things. Like, oh yeah. The cup sleeves are cool. They can get a little crowded. A lot of introverts go there. Oh my god, my sister is so cute. My sister sent me. We all know what this is from. This is hilarious, by the way. And the reason this is so funny is because I was already going to gin up this cake. I don't know if this cake's any good. I hope so. I don't know if you guys have ever been to H Mart or the bakery at H Mart. It's incredible. But I got a different kind of cake this year than their normal cakes. I'm kind of like, what if it's not good? Who knows? Who knows? If you guys could do any BTS experience, besides a concert, obviously, what experience would you go to? Like there's BTS. I like that we're a group of not drinkers. I mean, there's nothing wrong with drinking, and I'm sure some people here enjoy drinks too. I know, right? Luckily, I don't have a smoke detector in my room. Do you guys remember this, though? It doesn't shut up. That's the problem. It keeps singing. I'm thinking about that right now. And it's just going to keep singing. I got to get the matches. Mm. I really can't tell how loud anything is right now. I can't hear anything. Have any of you ever had super clogged ears? Not that we need to go back to talking about my health problems, but I'm gonna knock this whole cake in the floor and then I'm gonna cry. I know. Oh my god, I was flying back from LA when Jen did that live stream. It was so freaking cute. Wow. I still drink, like I'll sip someone's beer. I'm so happy to see you too. Hey. Like I've sipped on like Mark's beer on occasion. But yeah, I'm a bad drunk. I don't have a problem with people who drink or anything like that. I am a bad drunk. I'm already an emotional person sober. I become very emotional when I drink. So I'm either crying or angry, and nobody needs that in their life. At least of all me. And I also black out easy, so. I have a dream scenario of how I would like to, a BTS event. I would like to get together with Army 4 in the future. But I can't really talk about it too much because I'm actually wanting to plan it. Not plan it like the song, but plan it. And it's a really cool idea. So I have to be careful about sharing it. Does that make sense? It's not you guys that I'm trying to hide it from. You just never know when there's somebody who's like, oh, I heard something, that's a great idea. And I do not mean you guys. Guys, we are like a minute and a half away from you West Coasters. I'm cheating and eating pieces of the cake right now. Yes. The world is full of social pressure to do all sorts of things that we don't even think about. It's pretty ridiculous. But really, people just need to do what works for them, you know? And that's the extent. JK live drinking and singing and cooking and eating. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. His live streams. Man, just rewatching those will be enough to nurture, nourish, feed us for Is it New Year? Kate! Happy New Year! Are they going crazy there? For all of you West Coasters? I mean, not all of you, obviously, but... Let it roll. Really? Really, JK? Spotify Oracle is going to play Shot Glass Full of Tears at midnight? That's, jeez. That's a lot. While I'm opening a bottle of champagne. Let's have a shot glass full of tears. Look at my tiny little champagne bottle. Because, I mean, you know. Sorry, I didn't mean to cough right in the microphone again. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Trying to not blow it straight into your microphone. Oh yeah, we had so many at midnight here. We had so many illegal fireworks here. Big ones. Oh my gosh, they were ginormo. Shot glass full of tears. This is about the size of a shot glass. That is not a real cork. How does it pop off? Uh-oh. I'm weak. I'm physically a weak person. And also, I have no idea how you get off a plastic cork cap. I don't know what I'm doing. Somebody help. What does not twist off, unless I'm just super weak, which is possible. Somebody help me. It's like a cover on top of a twist off cap. Okay. And I've been drinking out of a champagne glass. I am pouring my La Marca Prosecco. into my BTS mug. Whoa, shucks. Fizzy. Happy New Year's! I'm not going to cut the cake like Jen this year. I did. I'm sorry. I did last year. And it was a very big mess. Carney chopped right into the cake. I did not spill it. I thought I was going to. I karate chopped the cake last year. That's when the camera was in the other room. And it was very messy. This is my bedroom. I do not want the cake like splattered in my carpet. I'm already afraid that I'm gonna have a bug problem just because I'm in the basement, which I've been here now for a year and a half. I've been in this room and not had bug problems, thank God. Even though I have my own like door to the backyard that is not super well sealed. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. But I drink so rarely that when I do, I'm like, ooh, it tastes weird. I drink water almost exclusively and coffee. Drink a lot of coffee. When I'm feeling really fancy, I drink the Costco brand grapefruit sparkling water. But then when I saw this tiny, like a month or two ago, I saw this and I was like, that would be perfect for a New Year's live stream. Sorry for the faces, guys. Ooh. Jen makes so many good faces. Oh, I know, Tay. Like, oh God, I'm really getting cold chills from. I think about how much I used to drink. And by used to drink, I just mean my early 20s. I think I stopped. I think I was 20. Hold on, give me a second to think here and do math. I think I was 23 when I stopped drinking, actually. Like when I stopped drinking. And now I'll just do stuff like this occasionally. But in that period from like 17 through 23, the amount of things I drank that just tasted awful. But I'm like, why was I drinking that? I don't even know. Tay's mouth is so big. Hey, look, and there's Tay singing to us. Oh my God, the footwork, the dance moves in this video. This is better than what I poured last year. Last year for midnight, I got like some sort of sparkling rosé. I just got it because it was pretty. It was awful. Oh, I think it was like a pink, what's the soju? The drink that is really popular in Korea. I'm afraid I would do very badly in Korea because drinking is so prominent there. But then again, drinking's really prominent in the States too. I don't know. If I end up having to date again, no one's going to want to be with me. I don't drink. And I adore BTS. Yeah, I'm going to have a hard time dating in the future if I ever have to enter that market again. So, is it officially New Year's for all of you now? Is there anyone? Ooh. Is there anyone that it's not New Year's for? Like, oh, shucks, sorry. Like my sister who lives in Hawaii, not New Year's there yet. She still has a few hours. I know, right, Jen? We eat foods that taste good. So why do I struggle with my weight? Also, why do I care that I'm struggling with my weight? Why is it a struggle? I don't know. Questions I've been asking myself in therapy this year. So, this is my cake. Does it remind you of anyone's cake? And if not, then let's rectify that. Because I came prepared. Do you know where I'm going with this? Sorry, I paused. So, Amber, I get what you're saying. There's definitely been times I've worried about them too, especially Namjoon, actually, with his drinking. And I like that you are saying, you know, you're asking, do you ever get slightly worried? Might be overstepping as a fan. I think that's the important parts of the conversation to have as well, is saying you're noticing something that you are concerned about. Sorry, my heat just kicked on, so it's loud. But you're asking, you know, just something that you notice and pointing out that you're not even sure if it's okay to bring that up. And I think that's huge. I know that I agree. I feel the same way. There are times where I worry that maybe there's a little too much of you get the grape. There's a little too much, you know, to be concerned about. And I remind myself I don't know what they're doing all the time. And that they're young and that all that can be really normal. Same thing, I was worried about Jimin for a while too, yes. And of course I know JK throughout 2023, especially early 2023, 2022 and 2023 was a big topic among some ARMY. People were concerned. And not like everybody, but some people were. And that's exactly it, Victoria. I think it's okay for us to worry because we worry about them for other things too. We worry, are they eating enough? Are they working too hard? Are they allowing themselves to rest? Are they being managed by people who actually care about them and have their best interests in mind? Or are they being pushed too far? You know, these are things we worry about because we care about them. We love them. So long as we're not making those the entire focus of conversations, and so long as we're not, I think, so long as we're not saying, RM drinks too much, I'm scared he has a problem, then we're crossing lines, you know, or if like every conversation we bring up, we're bringing up like, what do you think about the guy's drinking problem? Clearly then we're being mothers and mantis, and that's not good at all. But I think it's also normal. You know, like right now, I think most of us are concerned about them being in military. Are they safe? Are they being taken care of there? And they're conversations that I think often we don't even want to have because we don't want to be those fans, the mantis and the mommies. And also we don't want to bring them up because it's already an elephant in the room that weighs a lot. So we don't want to draw more attention to that instead of enjoying what we can about them and with them. And because we don't want them to know that all of our focus is on the scarier stuff or the more worrisome stuff and make them feel pressure. And that's exactly it. Like, they're going to learn. Just like I was just talking about how much I drank between 17 to 23. And I made some really stupid choices, and at times I drank a lot. And I learned. I learned I'm a bad drunk. and that I don't like being drunk. I learned that I really don't like being hungover either. I learned that I black out and realized I'm not safe if I black out. If I black out, I don't even know what's going on. I have to, like, exactly, we love them like family. We care about them. We want what's good for them. So when we're talking with each other and discuss that, I think that's actually a really normal thing to say, I hope that they're okay, and that I trust that they're going to be okay. Thank you. Yes. As opposed to some fans that are like, I know with JK, there were people who were like, his managers need to be there. Why is nobody supervising him? Why is nobody going to his apartment and taking the alcohol away from him? Why are people letting him live stream in the middle of the night? Like, people wanted, there were people who wanted JK being controlled. And that's not healthy. That's not healthy. Like, locking him up and throwing away the key is not healthy. That's not individuation. That is not love. That is not self-control. And they're men. They're grown adults. But we are also allowed to say, like, okay, I love them, and I'm just a little worried about. Anyway, I have talked a long time about this. And this is a great example where you can say, all right, you kind of lost your focus. Let's get back to it. So, everybody knows where I'm going with this, right? By the way, have you ever had giant Korean grapes? These are on the small side for Korean grapes. Oh my god, Korean grapes are so good. Hmm. Sorry. Another gin-inspired cake. So my cake this year is gin-inspired 2 different ways. By the way, seriously, Korean grapes, if you go to H Mart, I don't think that you're the only one, Kimberly. I think military too will be a good experience for them, but I think them being in a country where they don't have a choice but to serve is a problem. Having heard various Korean men talk about what it felt like being in the military against their will is the really devastating part. But I do think they will excel because it's what they do, it's who they are, and they make lessons and make the most of everything they do, which is incredible. I just think so many of us feel sad that they're in a country that they have to serve. But their country, they have to serve because of what's going on in their history and what's going on north of them. And it's just sad that that's a reality. And it's sad that their government yanked them around for a couple years about possible exemption when that was never part of their plan anyhow. But the government still tried to kind of like dangle that over them, you know? Yes, BTS thrive in situations where they are challenged. Just not having a choice sucks. They are already excelling. Yes. Hmm. Well, I stuck my very nice podcasting earbuds right into the cake. Oh, damn it. And then I did it again. Pardon my language, please. All we need here is an inebriated Jen in the background. I'm glad they did it too, because it was being held over their heads. What they did was awesome. Awesome and brave. And freaking phenomenal. How do I do this? Alright. Oh my god, I'm getting so many flashbacks. Do you remember when Jen tried to light his candle? I'm sorry. Do you remember when Jen tried to light his candle? And he rested the whole cake on the side of his arm, like the arm of his chair. And I was like, oh shit. That whole thing's gonna flip over any minute. He like rested on the arm of his chair while he was trying to light it. I was like, what is he doing? What is he doing? And then there's like the famous one where Namjoon spun in his chair and his candles went out. I get it though. Like I'm trying to, I want to do this so it's on the camera. You know what? I have a camera that moves. What's wrong with me? Yeah. So you can see how bad my painting shirt is. Oh god, here we go, guys. What are we doing? Oh my god, what am I doing? Does it play music because I can't hear him? Okay, either it's not playing music or my ears are busted, which they are busted. Either which way, I'm okay with it because it means I won't hear it all night, even if it's on. I know the look on Namjoon's face. The best part was like he realized his candles were out, and that look on his face, and all of a sudden he just like jumped right back into it and pretended and then blew them out anyhow. Oh my god, I love that man so much. Okay. Oh my god, I haven't made a wish yet. That's a good thing about this. I got a second here. Oh shucks. Okay, hold on. Thank you. Can I do this? I can do this. That's the wrong question. I like how this looks in the camera actually though, because of that weird angle. Because like, there's a little magical happening here. Okay, good. I feel better that it's not playing music. Oh. There was my little Namjoon moment. Woohoo! I'm sorry, my coughs are so loud. So we have this doubly inspired gin cake tonight that I very much super wish that we were together and eating it. Sincerely. Like, my dream is to be able to be in a place with a large group of ARMY and not be about a concert, because I mean that's always rad too. But concerts, if you've been to one, you know what I'm talking about. There's this very high energy chaos that happens with concerts because everyone's trying to go. Yeah, my lungs were not okay, but now they are. So yay, thank you. This high energy chaos because everyone's trying to get to the concert, trying to get ready. Everyone has, you know, places they want to go visit because we're usually in new cities for the concerts. So my dream is to have a chance to just be with you, to actually like a large group of us. I don't mean a huge group, but a large group of us to be together, eat together, laugh together, therapy together, swim together, you know, whatever it may be. And to share a wonderful BTS inspired cake or cakes together. Like this is real. Good night, Amber. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. And happy New Year. And yes, Victoria, you're so right. We're not going anywhere. The guys are worried they'll lose us. And I didn't realize that. I didn't realize until the last year how much they actually are afraid. At least some of them are afraid, but they won't. And they'll get to experience that when they get back. Some cake. Cry together. Because we will cry together. Yes. Can you imagine watching BTS stuff with ARMY? And then crying about life together, laughing about things together. This cake is like 80% icing. That is weird. Ah. It's like a giant mountain of icing. mm. Okay, this is good though. I'm sorry. Mm. And we knock it over right into the right in the microphone. It's strawberry something. I got it from the H Mart Korean bakery, which is so good. Oh, so good, my gosh. But when I went this year, I went on the day before my birthday, and they didn't have all the flavors they normally have. They usually have a lot of peach cake and blueberry cake and matcha cake and but it's super good. However, at H Mart, if you ever have a chance to get their blueberry cake, which to be fair, that comes out right around Mother's Day in May. It's my favorite of all the H Mart cakes. But H Mart cakes are kind of pricey, I will admit. But they're also better than any other cake I've ever had in my life. I don't know if you've ever watched any of the YouTube videos on Korean bakeries making cake. It's incredible. It's phenomenal. It's kind of captivating and looks really yummy, and it tastes every bit as good as it looks. It's better than any cake I've ever had American-wise. So somehow they stay fluffy, really fluffy. What is your favorite flavors of cakes? And have any of you been to Korea before yet? And is there any song I should play right now? Oh, you are back. Thank you. Maybe you're coughing like crazy. So for all of you, is there any performance from BTS history that you cry sometimes that you won't get to watch and won't get to watch live yourself? For me, it's pretty much any of the Love Yourself solo performances. Oh my gosh, yes. Tree Leslie cake is so good. And yes, the strawberry cake. Oh, you're so sweet. Victoria, if you get to fall asleep, I hope you have sweet dreams, truly. No apologies ever. I think there's something special about getting to fall asleep. I don't know, if you ever fall asleep while you're on a live stream with me, it actually, as weird as that sounds, I find it to be a compliment. I love when people, it's like friends, you know what I'm talking about? If like when Peaches and I were in a hotel room together for Chicago, for instance, being able to lay in beds across from each other and just chat and fall asleep was wonderful. And you stay strong too. Thank you. I love you too. Magic Shop Muster is fantastic. I love trivia. Like I said though, for me it's the Love Yourself solo performances. Sometimes I cry realizing that I will never see any of those songs performed in person. Yes, I love Hook and Spring Onion, John. Yes, it is so yummy. I should have gotten some, John, when I was at Russell. What you doing, Cat? Hey, did you come to eat my cake? Did you come to eat my cake? Oh, you come here. You come here. Ouch. Trying to catch a cat, and I'm whacking my head on my remote. Trying to make sure I don't roll over the cake. That would suck. My cat is like, I don't want to be held right now. I want to stick my head in your cake. This is Russell Brand. Oh, just purring, do you hear him? Oh, happy kitty. Everyone's saying Magic Shop. See, I'll be honest, I haven't watched Magic Shop yet. I've got the DVD right there beside my bed. And I haven't watched it yet, so apparently I'm going to have to. And then cry that I won't be able to see it. Yeah, the Wimbledon Stadium. All the performances at Wimbledon, those solo performances, every time, man, rips me apart. Oh, all right, little kitten. You want to get down? No, you can't. You can't get up there. There's no room for you up there. What are you doing? What are you doing? Please don't eat the cake. Okay. Sorry, cat diversion. Get some sleep, Kimberly. Happy New Year. 3 years, I know. I know. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Sincerely. That's why I came back. That's why I hit record. I was like, I don't know if anybody will join, but if there's anybody who will join, who's been in previous years, I don't want to not do it, you know? Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm babbling. Still in search of a good Korean barbecue place in your area. Yes, I don't have a great Korean barbecue place in my area. The night that I got out from the hospital, I had said there were 3 things I wanted to do. One, I wanted to go to Carowinds. That's like it's like Six Flags if you're not familiar with it. Carowinds is in Charlotte, very close to Hopeway. So I thought I would go to Carowinds, except for I got out on Friday and Friday evening at that. So, you know, going to an amusement park wasn't going to work. I wanted to get a tattoo and I wanted to get Korean food. Well, I got out at like 8 p.m. So I was like, I was too late for anything but food. So I drove to what's supposed to be the best Korean food in Charlotte. And I was very excited to get there. And they had like an hour-long wait. And I was like, I can't do that because I have a 3-hour drive home from the hospital. And then next door to the Korean restaurant was a tattoo parlor. So I walked in and got a semicolon tattooed instead. But I really wanted good Korean food. It all worked out fine. But, yeah. Why did I tell you that story? I'm tired and babbly at this point. So, yeah. The entire concept of Magic Shop is so beautiful. My sister got me, in case you haven't noticed, my sister's got me a few BTS things as gifts. One, sometimes, like this was actually an Armyversary gift for me for this year. And then this she got me when I got out from hospital. Oh, weird year. Thank you. But she ordered on Etsy. It's a necklace, and because of the fact I'm using my crappy camera, it probably won't show up, but it's got an open hand, little stars, and it says, "I'll show you." And she has the other one. She has the one that's the other hand. They reach out to each other. And hers says, "So show me." And then mine says, "I'll show you." And, you know, when I was in the hospital, even once I checked in, I didn't feel good about it. I wondered if I was wasting my time. I should just get out and try to, like, live. I wondered if I got out what I even had to live for. And she frequently reminded me of the Magic Shop. She would every day remind me of Magic Shop and the Magic Shop and of BTS and of ARMY and of my own heart, and tell me to keep holding on, to keep looking for that and believing in that. So then, like I said, when I got out and she got me the "I'll show you" necklace, which has like the great double entendre. It's got the, you know, so show me, I'll show you. But it also has that vibe of like, I'll show you. I'll show you, I'll get better. So, anyway. I love it. Sorry. But I can't believe I haven't watched the Magic Shop DVD that I have, so. But I definitely need to. It needs to be on my immediate list for 2024. 2024. Weird, right? Since so many of you are recommending Magic Shop as like the one that got away for you. Because I'm like, I have a hard time believing anything comes close to matching the Love Yourself tour. However, question, is Magic Shop Muster where we got Pied Piper and Dimple, like the Pied Piper performance. It just occurred to me. I wonder if that's the same. I don't know. Thank you. You know, my sister and I have a huge difference in age. My sisters and I, we have different ages. So it is. Ooh. If Pied Piper is coming out of that muster, then I can understand how that whole muster performance probably. Because if that muster just has that kind of energy, and I don't mean necessarily like the Pied Piper energy, but has that kind of. Their musters are always incredible, right? So, okay, now I'm really excited. I have to watch that pronto. My sister's 9, so huge age gap. So we grew up not super close. I mean, we weren't enemies or anything. But then in my 30s, in particular, early 30s, my sister, my Bangtan bestie sister, some stuff happened over a few year period that split us apart a bit. I'm glad you're back. And we fell away from each other a bit, when honestly we actually needed each other. But yeah, for reasons, we were separate and not close for a long time. And then fate happened that pulled us closer again. And it's been a huge blessing in my life, and I hope that I've been a blessing to hers. I can't necessarily say that I have been. When you're not well and you are having to struggle to survive and then struggle to try to get back up on the horse, so to speak, it's really hard to feel like you're a blessing in anyone's life. It really feels like it's not even just that you're letting people down. It's in part that you feel like a waste of space in their life, or like worse, an annoyance, nuisance, a burden, things like that, you know. Hey, so we're in similar boats. My eldest sister is 14 years older than I am, and my second sister is 8 years older than I am. Just under 8 years. So, big gaps. Yeah, I understand that. It's, but I was 41. I was 41 when my sister and I found our way back to each other again. And in part because, well, in huge part because of BTS. So, like, yeah, they're part of that story. But regardless, it's just our hearts were able to reconnect. I remember the first time I heard this song, I'm like, froze. I was like, what is this? That was back when I had Pandora, and you can't control Pandora very good. And I thought I knew all the BTS songs, and all of a sudden certain songs, especially from School Love Affair, would pop onto my Pandora, and I'd be like, what? What is this? I've never heard this. This is so weird. I mean weird in a good way, just weird that I hadn't known it. Hey, we can have our own little dance party. I can't dance. My son can dance so much better than I can, but I can't believe I never put on a real shirt. I feel embarrassed. I feel embarrassed, guys, that I didn't listen. I was either gonna put pajamas on or a real shirt so that we could like celebrate. So I could start the new year feeling more fanciful. I was going to wear my cheesy rings. And it's like every year I forget to do all the things. I always forget to do all the things. Victoria, where are you in the... Oh, I'm happy to hear this, like, other than the paint stains. It's like... Chin cheek. Victoria, where are you in the mix? I don't care what anybody says. This song is friggin' incredible. I know they didn't write it. I know it's English. I know it's not one of their, like, edgier, more profound songs. This song is a friggin' anthem, guys. It is. Anybody who doesn't understand that needs to get on board with the message. I mean, them performing this at the UNGA says it all. I feel much better about it then. I'm the baby in my family. So where are you in the mix, Victoria? The second to the oldest is your best friend. I agree. This song is such a golden moment in my life too. I don't know if I would have gone to LA if it weren't for the song. I don't think I would have felt, it's corny as it sounds, I wouldn't have felt like I could give myself permission to take that trip. 4th of 9. Whoa. That's a lot of siblings. Wow. I like how cute they seem in the video. In the video, I had a lot of issues with the certain aspects of the video. But they seem so cute and excitable. Like they're so playful. It was precious seeing them. Oh, Polar Night. This whole album. I mean, that guy. Sorry. Yes. The inner strength of that whole era. Good for you. Thank you for sharing that. The whole era made you go all around the world despite hating to fly, hating to leave your room, you found inner strength to go back to college, and to live, right? To live. Like you found, that's how I felt about it. That era, I felt more alive. I felt ready. Well, I mean, I agree. I'm over here in North Carolina, and I'd barely ever left North Carolina. When I did, it was like West Virginia, you know. Went to Florida once, twice or whatever. That's it. So and I had not been in the plane, so to decide to fly to LA and fly to Vegas was a really big deal, actually. And to do it for a band and a group of fans that I didn't personally know, that was huge for me. But it was empowering, and I felt like I could shape my life. I felt like I could make decisions. I love the permission era. I'm gonna cough again, I'm so sorry. Did I take my medicine? Yeah, I took my medicine. You really have to be careful when you're... I mean, I guess with any medicine. But, yes, I do plan on doing reaction videos very soon. I have been meaning to for the last couple months. But again, I knew that I had equipment here that I wasn't sure how to use. I was having problems recording anything on my computer, and I still haven't quite solved that problem, so I gotta figure that out. So that's part of the equipment situation. I got equipment to try to fix that situation. And then I was just terrified of coming back. And I was like, I don't know what to say in my first video. I'm not sure what to do. I'm afraid I'm going to be awkward. And I was determined I was going to put out a reaction video before doing a live stream. But then New Year's came. So I decided to do this instead. And this kind of ripped, the proverbial Band-Aid off. So, good night to you too. Oh, I hope your 2024 is full of health and happiness, and that we actually get to see each other. We'll make that happen. I can't wait to see you guys at concerts. With that, please take care of yourself too. Hugs and love. Thank you. The cough has been rough. It's way better now than it was. I've been on medication. I took antibiotics for it, and it's just gonna, I guess, keep taking time. My son has it too. It sounds awful. Are you eating my cake? Okay. Sorry, I thought I thought the cat was eating my cake. Thank you, Carla. And Happy New Year to you, to all of you. Right? It's like somehow the permission era, all of BTS's work, keeps making us feel seen in ways. For an empowering 2024 for all of us. Amen. Amen. That I like that. It's becoming less chesty. It was really chest coffee, and now it's moved up a bit. Sorry, ENT issues. Good night to you too. And yes, let's hang out again. Oh, thank you guys for the encouragement. I'm so thankful for each of your presence and just being able to be with you. And I wish I could hear your own voices as well and see the twinkles in your eyes. But I pray that day does come and that we do get to do that. Happy New Year. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of the hot steamy showers. It's annoying. I've done so many showers and neti potting and the medicines. And when I went back to the doctor, I've been to the doctor for it 3 times now. When I went back the 3rd time, they just were like, we don't know what's going on. Good luck. You'll get better. I was like, okay, bye. I was like, if I have any guns, what? I mean, massage guns. Oh, I do need a back massage. You know, when I was at Hopeway, I bring that up a lot because it was very life-changing and learned a lot there. But my psychiatrist there was a big fan of do-it-yourself massage guns. And not just for my ENT issues, but for stress and tension in general. He was a really cool psychiatrist. He was big into like big sleep and um, going for morning walks to get some vitamin D. And I was like, I can't believe you're prescribing this kind of stuff to me. Like, this is cool. This is great. So I'm gonna skip this sign because there's a good chance it'll get the whole thing blocked. On that note, it is almost 4 a.m. here. I think I'm gonna get off here. I really am thankful for each of you. I cannot believe we are from around the world, literally. And like I said, when I pulled this up, without any warning, without any real thing, I didn't think, I don't know, I didn't want to assume anything. So I'm so thankful for your conversation, for your heart. It was definitely a respiratory infection. Thank you. And easing up on dairy is hard for me because I love some dairy. So, but you're right. You're definitely right. I really do wish I could hug each and every one of you. I am thankful. So thankful for you. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate, like I said, your hearts and your words and how each of you have made me feel tonight. I could not. This is an excellent birthday. This is an excellent way to start a birthday and a new year. So the only thing I would change is that we'd be in person and that my Hopeway family would be here too, because I've been very blessed to have Army and Hopeway family become a big part of my heart and life. Thank you for being in my heart like that. And I know I've been gone for a long time, and I know I've been absent and silent, but please don't think that I have forgotten a single one of you or any of this, because like I said, I've got pictures. I've got pictures of some of you around my room. I think about you guys, and I've been scared to come back. Oh, joy. Happy New Year to you, and thank you for the birthday wish. Thank you. Like I said, I've got pictures here. I've got some art up. I'm thankful for your hearts, for your love, for your time. And I promise we'll be back super, super soon. I promise. And I want each of you to be happy and healthy also. And thank you for wishing that for me. Sorry, I'm totally gonna corn up and cry. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Mwah. Good morning, good night, happy time zone, and I'll be back soon. I love you guys. Let me figure out how to do this. Love you guys. Oh. Happy New Year and Apo Bangpo.